Okay, welcome to some Noita. Today we're gonna do something that might be short-lived. Is it not showing up on screen? Hold on. No, it is. It just... Weird. The stream preview window in Twitch just had nothing in it for some reason. We're gonna do some bad choices today, and I might have to give up on this pretty soon, because it is a very, very bad decision. But we're going to try a couple of runs here while we make the world extremely worse. So, before we start each run for this next little bit here, we're going to go for a little stroll on the surface. Because we're going to be taking something with us to make the bad times hit all the harder. Once we get there, you'll see what I mean. I've also got the voting on. If the voting and trying to do this don't work well together, we might turn the voting off for a bit. But what we are going to be doing is taking eternal wealth. And what this does is every couple of seconds, it turns the world around you into a damage field. So it's really bad. You get twice as much money, I think, from all gold sources, but it makes everything constantly be killing you. And I don't know if this is going to be viable or not, but we're going to take it, and we're going to go make things bad. So you'll see just how quickly the world gets dangerous with this on. It's already started up there. It's just basically anywhere that we've been will quickly start turning into horrible pain circles. And the pain circles will turn liquids into pain, they will turn solids into pain, they will kill everything, so it's not like it only hurts us. Whoa, okay, stop teleporting around there, bud, it's fine. Give me that. I'm probably gonna need that. So it will help us kill things, but it will also kill us. And it's not like toxic stone or other materials like that, where we actually have a decent chance of doing something about them with immunities. Greed-cursed stone and liquid, I'm pretty sure, is just going to kill you. It has no way to make it less evil. So we're going to keep rolling here, and we're going to have to be moving pretty fast for this run, which kind of goes against my usual vibe for exploring the world. But we don't have much of a choice, because literally everything we do will always be bad. So, we'll see. We might be able to make it work. I have never tried to make a serious attempt at this before, because as you can see, it gets bad really fast. And one of the main problems that I don't know how you handle in a run like this is... how do you make time to edit any of your wands so that you're strong enough to actually beat things? Right? Because, like, at this pace, things go bad really fast, and it also converts the holy mountains after you... Okay, good. I was about to say, I think it curses the holy mountains while you're in them, so you can't stand around in here, but it looks like that's actually something they do let you do. They do let you edit wands in the Holy Mountain. So that's nice. So this is actually two really good wands here. This one and this one. Not because the wand contents are good, but because we have a chainsaw. Actually, is this a fast wand? No. And we have a luminous drill. So... these all give us a bit of potential here, if we can do something with them later. These ones aren't great on their own, though. So they're unlikely to be ones that I really want to be using. This wand is pretty bad. We don't have enough mana to just hold the trigger down on it, though, so we might try and swap over to this one for our main casting wand. And if we do this and this... that's the wrong one. Oh, yeah, right. It's not, this isn't double cast, it's bifurcated cast, which is significantly worse. Maybe not, then. Because this is a noticeably slower wand, and if we're trying to move fast, we need to be able to hit things relatively quickly. So we're probably going to keep on with these setups right now. Teleport is going to help us get around, though, so that's probably going to be pretty relevant. Let's see what else there is around here. We have faster wands, gas blood, and gold is forever. I'm just going to take gold is forever, because that way we'll be able to pick up more of the gold that gets dropped behind us, and we'll deal with the rest later. I don't think teleporting out of the Holy Mountains is going to be relevant, because as soon as we leave the Holy Mountains, everything turns into badness again, and wow, this personal gravity field really sucks. Okay, there we go. Because everything around here is soon going to be death, so we need to keep moving. Some of it's already bad because toxic turns into really unhealthy goop when it explodes, or turns into stone, rather. But we gotta keep moving. So we got stuff to find, and we don't have a whole lot of time to do it in. We're looking for any kind of power-up wands that might help us not die here. That's really gonna be helpful, because we're taking a ton of damage right away on this floor. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be doomed here. I've already found my way down to the bottom, and we have no health, so I guess we're gonna have to bail out of here in a second, because we just have no life left. So let's get in the Holy Mountain and grab the water before we die. That went really bad. This is because we have no firepower, though. If we can get a decent damage wand, even if it's not, like, still shuffles, we'll have a decent shot at it here. This might be decent just because the... well, mana charge speed sucks on that one. Do we have a decent one I could put it into? Yeah, this one might be okay. This one is pretty decent, actually. It has a freeze field on it, shoots a bunch of shotgun shots, decent mana recharge. I might take that just as our, like, go-to weapon here. I think I will. Let's experiment with this one. I'm gonna take this out in case I want it later. Swap in for this, pull out the Burning Trail. It is 4 spells per cast, which is a little worse for our purposes. But that means I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I can do this. Oh, it's shuffled though. Yeah, that's not quite gonna work. If I take some of these shotguns out, it'll actually probably be better. If I just leave 1 shotgun in here... I could probably do 2. It does slow it down fairly significantly. Well, we're getting somewhere with this. This is probably going to have to be our weapon of choice for now. It's not going to be good, but at least can do some damage if we give it a second to charge back up again. Pinpointer will actually help a ton. Now that massive spread is a single line of bullets. So let's... let's hang out here for a second so we don't shoot ourselves with Twitchy. Because Twitchy is very dangerous. I think I am going to turn the voting off while we try and do this, though, because the runs are already crazy without needing that extra layer of chaos. So just for now, I'll turn that off, and we may turn it back on later. Alright. So, let's go again. We're now in the ice area, and we have very little in our favor. We do have, thankfully though, some pretty decent firepower now. I can't tell what that is, and I don't know if I can take the time to figure it out. Nope, it is already poison. Time to leave. This is one of the big problems with this area. Oh, that's a lot of guys over there. This is one of the big problems with this area in particular, is that the toxic goop has a lot of space to fall down, which can very quickly make our lives worse. We're gonna have to cross out of here. Excuse me, don't punch me, I'm trying to survive here. So, we're gonna need to be very careful about what we touch falling from the sky, because as you can see, that's all poison goo. Alright, let's keep rolling here. Take a quick dip into the juice. and keep rolling. We have very little time to stand still in this run. Also, just to be clear, we have to take this all the way to the top of the tower. So, it's a tall order to try and complete this run the way it's intended. We will see what we can pull off, but I am not necessarily thinking this will work as much as it is I've never tried it, and I want to see if I can give it a decent attempt. Yeah, no worries, Ellie. It is, it's just a lot on top of a run that is already a lot, so I probably want to leave it as is. Okay. So, I don't think anything here is going to be super useful to us, but I'll grab the triple shot because that has some potential if we can get a decent wand base to put it on. Let's do a reroll here. If I can get... not quite what I wanted. I'll take it, because anything that helps us hit things more accurately is going to help right now, but not quite what I was looking for. Alright, let's keep rolling. We don't have time to mess around here. I think... Ooh, hello. In theory, we could come back into the Holy Mountain, and it should stop having the greed while we're in there. But that would imply that we can stand still long enough to go back all the way through the whole area. That's a really good wand base. I'm probably gonna die trying to get out of this hole, though. Yeah, that's not good. Oh, that's really bad. There's also a turret behind an explosive box there. This whole place is full of poison and sucks. Okay, I don't know if we're gonna be able to get out of this. It looks like this guy blew himself up, so maybe we can. Okay, okay, so far we're still alive, which is something. Uh-oh. That's not the kind of enemy we want to be facing when we're dealing with the whole world being bad. We need people we can just blast through with our firepower available. This is also a bad thing. We can't afford to stand still. I'm dead. It's so hard. The, like, impending death chasing you is so scary. Alright, let's go again. The easy thing about this is it should make the runs pretty fast because there's a lot of death chasing us, but the only downside is that restarting a run takes a little bit of walking time. So, we'll see what we can do here. Hey, so yeah, this is the shenanigans I've signed up for now at least. We may decide after a while that this isn't getting anywhere and we'll go attempt something else, because there's a couple of other things that we could easily go and do. But I figured it'd be fun to just make everything worse for us here. Jump in the portal back to the mountain and we go again. And it's especially funny just because my normal style is so much slower than this, that having to go at maximum speed at all times is just a very different gameplay style than I normally would ever try and do. You can kind of tell when the world is catching up to you as well, because those green particles get everywhere. Ah, I'm stuck on nothing! Well, I shouldn't have died there, but if we open up the replay editor, there's this little pixel here. Oh, I guess I waited too long before hitting it. That little pixel I got stuck on, and as a result, couldn't get out of the way. So, that's dumb. I think when the world turned it into toxic rock, it made it solid instead of non-solid. So it suddenly became something you could get stuck in. So that's a new problem. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. What is this, a potion full of snow? Yeah, snow's not my favorite potion material, but you get what you get. Exactly. The important thing in Noita is to avoid any and all pixels, especially if they're coming towards you. Or sitting in the same place as they were a second ago. Any of those scenarios, don't trust them. Moving away from you, actually still probably not very good. Don't trust those either. In short, if you can see the pixel, it's a bad pixel. Alright, the nice thing about this, though, that is good about the Curse of Greed, there has to be something good about it, is at least getting double gold from everything makes it really fast to make the money you need to make... Ooh, that's a pretty solid wand, actually. To make the money you need to make going to the first holy mountain a pretty decent idea. This is really bad, though. We are now trapped in a pain area. So let's just try and hover our way back out without touching any pixels, because as we've noted, those aren't good. I can't get in there, so we're not going to get that heart out. Because unfortunately, our explosive sucks. Firebolt is not good at digging. Barely counts as an explosive, it's only good for burning through wood. Unfortunately, there's already poison goo down there. Oh hey, we can actually grab this heart, that's nice. I did not expect the game to be, so generous to us. We're just gonna try and bail out of this guy, because I cannot choose our snow to put the fire out, because the world sucks over there, and we don't want to deal with that. We don't have time to fight enemies that take too long to kill, like that guy. What I really want to do is find a way that takes us down soon, because if we don't start making our way out towards the exit, the world turning into poison is going to catch up to us. And we actually don't want that, so let's just keep moving here before everything gets too much worse. Left it is, we're burning, but we have enough health to make this not an instant death. More gold, we'll take it. Unfortunately, gold from chests doesn't get doubled, it's only gold from kills. There's an exit. Okay, let's get out of here. Okay, so far so good. We got 600 gold, we have a pretty decent wand base, we got some other little interesting bits and pieces. So we got a jillion luminous drills, and a bunch of bubbles. This has always cast critical on it. If this had mana, this would actually be a really powerful weapon for us already. The 7 cast delay is pretty crazy too. Out of things I want from here, I'll take the double cast. I'll take that box just in case we have happen to manage to win and want to do something silly afterwards, which we will not. And let's grab Close Call, I think. Alright. So, how's this one, by the way? Not good. It also has 10 mana charge. So I'm going to take one Bubble Spark, and we're probably going to throw that wand away first chance we get. Actually, yeah, 10 mana charge makes that unusable. Can we do something with this wand? We don't have enough double casts to do anything exciting with it. Even if we wanted to, we can only bring the recharge time down by a little bit. And it is shuffle, so it's just kind of do whatever it wants. If we put 4 of these in here, is that how many we need? No, 34 is 2, so 68 is 4. And another one of those is 97, so I guess we need 6 in here to make this happen, which I think is going to be too many mana cost-wise for it to do anything else fun without immediately burning out. What does this do? Just to check. Yeah, it just burns the mana too fast. That's fine. We have a little janky digging wand if we need one. Yeah, it does take 6 to make it cast instantly. Alright, well, we're unlikely to be able to use that, but we have it if we need it, and I'm gonna actually put this wand in the second slot. And let's go! Back into the breach once again. Hello. That's a friendly starting rat. I should really have remembered to fill up my potion bottle right away with an actual fluid, not snow. There's just everything is luminous drills this time, which is weird, because snow is terrible at actually putting out any kind of stains. You cannot do a darn thing with it. You have to be able to basically sit on it to have a fire be put out, and we don't have time to stand still. Oop, okay, I was planning on standing on that, but it's okay. We don't need a platform, right? Just because it turns out that's a dead end. Okay, this is a bad little hole for us to be hanging out in. Time to leave. Yeah, dead ends like this become incredibly dangerous incredibly quickly in this mode. Any dust turns to liquid, and everything else turns into pain. Yeah, we are in trouble here. We have basically found nothing but dead ends so far. So our health is basically gone. And I don't know if we're going to be able to recover this, because we have no time left, basically. Our health bar is our ability to deal with problems as we're descending, and hitting all dead ends like that before we have any kind of decent way to dig, or any kind of way to get back quickly without going back over land, kind of makes this impossible. Yeah. It's worth a try. I think it is potentially interestingly doable here if we can not get a dead end immediately on the start of an area. Or if we can start with a bomb, or anything that'll let us actually get around the starting obstacles. So having bombs as our starting weapon might be something we just restart for. Bombs or magic missiles, because if we don't have some way to dig, I don't know if this is going to be possible, because we get trapped like that and we're just stuck. If we only have fire bolts and can't get through the terrain, it kind of traps us. So we may need to restart for bombs if we don't have them. Or at least some kind of bomb. But we'll see. We'll see how we feel about it after we do a couple more tries here. There's plenty of other little bits and pieces we may be able to find along the way. Down below us is apparently a wand exchange. You do a little puzzle, you get a prize. Don't know if we're going to be able to actually grab that. Oh, we should be able to. It's the toxic wave one, though. So if we're too slow, we're going to get caught in two kinds of poison. But no, we're fine. We're fast enough. I'm just going to dive through this. Ooh, black holes might be really good for this. Let's keep rolling here. That's a dead end, so we're going to use a... Oh, the black hole wand can't shoot! It's empty. It doesn't have enough mana to fire itself. So it's not empty. Ah! This rock is so mean. If the black hole wand could have fired, or if I had chosen to shoot the bomb instead, we would have been fine there. I just assumed the, I just assumed the black hole wand they gave me was gonna work. I just managed to break the chat by scrolling it up and then down again, and it was like, hold on, I don't know how to handle this. I had to go unbreak the chat. What are you doing on the surface here? Get out of here. But hey, Dragon Lord, good to see ya. We are doing some poor life decisions in Noita today. We had annoyingly, our best run so far was our first one. But if we can get a couple of anything going here, we have a couple of different ways we can try and make this work. So the curse, oh, it's triple gold. I thought it was double gold. Yeah, we make 3 times as much money as normal, but the world around us turns into pain. Oh, we're at a dead end again. I forgot to restart for an actual bomb. We have fire bolts again, which is just terrible if we manage to get cornered. So hopefully we won't have an immediate regret of not restarting for the right weapon. Which I do. I already have an immediate regret of not restarting because we are trapped in a dead end already. So I just gonna let myself die, and we'll do it again and make sure we actually have a bomb this time. Because if we don't have a bomb, it's just not viable. We do have a bomb this time. Okay, so we should be able to make it through the terrain if we get cornered. Which is pretty important for this kind of run. I wonder if I can make this work here. These trees are pretty funny, because the dirt, you can see you can actually lower the trees into the ground by kicking the dirt out from underneath them. All of these plants just, like, sit with the bottom layer of their pixels determining where they are in the world. So they just drop as soon as you kick out the single pixel of dirt they were sitting on. Alright. Let's go again, this time with a bomb. So if we have to get past the terrain, we actually can. Hopefully, we won't run into quite as many dead ends as fast this time. But I will not hold my breath. We have a pretty bad starting wand. The bouncing shots are not very fast at killing things, and the speed of taking out our enemies does actually matter now. Because the longer we stay in one place, the sooner the world around us turns into pain juice. Alright. Thankfully, if we kind of zigzag our way through the world, the likelihood of running into something that we are going to be hurt by, that we haven't explored yet, is slightly lessened. Going faster doesn't actually make our lives much better here, so grabbing acceleration or whatever isn't really going to change things, because as far as I know, it's not like an aura or like a thing in the world that's trying to catch up to you. It's more like wherever you are plants a little flag that says turn this into pain goops after X amount of time. So we gotta keep rolling and take our opportunities to stop when we find them. Now we do still want to make a little bit of gold before we move on here, otherwise we're not going to be able to buy any wands, and we're going to be immediately stuck when we run into a scenario where we actually need to get anything at the shops. But we still can't spend too much time in the level, so we probably want to try and take our next exit out of here, because the goop is chasing us already pretty fast. I'll take one more frog, and then we leave. So we can break this crystal, and this will end the curse chasing us. But we're doing this for the shenanigans of it, so we want to leave the curse on. There's a bunch of luminous drills again, which could be good if we found a decent wand to put them in. None of these look like they're anything particularly special, though. Having the missiles could be fun, but this mana recharge is garbage. I think we'll probably just buy this so we have the luminous drills for later. And I'll take a heavy spread for later, too. Decent wands is the rate-limiting step of any run. Not always. You can make a lot of not-so-good wands work if you have the time to go around and find a couple of other components. But when you are going fast like this, you really need to find something that'll get you off the ground faster. So getting a decent wand, preferably one that has a decent attack spell in it, is kind of important here, more so than normal. Because this takes 60 mana drain, and we don't have anything that can really handle that kind of mana drain right now. So we can't even take these weapons that we're finding, because the game just hasn't given us the kind of firepower we need in a wand to make it happen. But normally, it'd be a lot easier to go look around and find some of those pieces, because we have all the time in the world to go and do that. I forgot to pick up my recharge element, so that's going to be pretty bad too. Thankfully, I got bailed out. We found another wand full of dynamite here, so that helps. Let's not stand here too long, because this is about to turn into evil goop. There it goes. And we gotta remember, the coal mines, all of these powders turn into pain juice. So, you do not want to stand around for too long in here. Exactly. Speed is life in this run, so we gotta make sure we take advantage of it. That's not the way I want to go, actually. That looks like it's probably going to a dead end. Nope, this was the dead end. We might be able to make it through here. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're still in it. This is taking us back up, which is a little spooky, because up here is bad things. But, yep, it's bad things, all right. Let's blow that up quickly, please. Okay, we're through. Keep going down. We have to rely on our TNT wand now, or our dynamite wand rather, if our main wands... Uh-oh. I actually don't... Yeah, I don't know what happens if this whole area turns into toxic goop. Do I need this? No, I don't. Let's try and keep going here. We have a little bit of health left to spend, so it'd be nice to see if we can find anything else worthwhile with it. It doesn't look like we will, though. There's not a whole lot else over here, so alright. We're gonna go back into the Holy Mountain with the money we can grab. Grab our 2 refills and keep looking around. So, first things first, we're putting the bomb in this with the other bombs. That way we only need 1 wand for explosions. It's gonna basically cast a random explosion. Oh no, it doesn't, it's non-shuffle. Okay. It's gonna go as one of these bombs every time then. But that means we don't have to have as many things dedicated to that. Grabbing this for the teleports might be good. If there's no other weapons, we might take the teleports. This one's actually much cheaper though, and still gives us teleports. So we might grab that one. The rest of these are all kind of junky. So I guess we're gonna take this, because if we have the way to teleport, we might be able to get out of trouble that otherwise would kill us. This is also a non-shuffle wand with pretty decent recharge times. The cast delay is the one we can really easily take down, though, not recharge time. So if we had a wand with a really short cast delay, or really short recharge time and a longer cast delay, 1 luminous drill might be enough to take it out. But like this, that's not really going to be viable. So I'm just going to leave this as a teleport one so we can try and use it to get out of an area quickly, because the nice thing about this is you can use it to stay in the air, because the little teleport bolts here don't have to hit something to move you. Projectile Eater, Hungry Ghost, an extra perk. Let's go ahead and re-roll that one. We want to get something better now. Dissolved Powders might actually be really useful here. Normally it's not that great. Normally we'd take Perk Lottery, but Dissolved Powders means we can clear our way through dust without it immediately turning into liquids and trying to murder us. I'm gonna go greedy though, because that's what we're doing. Perk Lottery, no luck with the greed. Alright. That's fine. Sometimes the greed doesn't work in your favor, and that's just how it goes. Well, we immediately went the wrong way, so I love that for us. This is gonna hurt really bad. And we still don't have a decent weapon either, which means we really need to find a wand that actually has a attacking spell in it, or we are gonna be done here in short order. Because we do not have the firepower needed to fight these guys at this stage of the game yet. And we are continuing, oh, that's the wrong button, to not find any. We're already down to only 35 health, which is pretty rough. I forgot my projectile field affects the bombs. Be a little careful with how I deal with that in future. What's in this? That's a lot of fire bolts, which is not good, but we'll take it, because at this point we need anything that can hit things. So, let's try and get around the poison juice. And I can't get through the metal there, which is really bad, because now we're trapped. Yeah. This is the problem with not being able to find anything that actually lets us fight things early enough. This might not work. I've tried doing this a couple different times. We have a bomb again, so this is a viable run. I've tried doing something like this a couple different times, but not, like, seriously making an attempt at the greed version of it. I've tried just, like, trying to run through the game as fast as I can, and there are definitely a couple of variables that make a big difference on whether you can actually make it work. One of them is, can you find a spell that will let you kill things? Because if you can't kill things, it's going to be really difficult for you to make it further on. And the other is, can you get a way to get around the obstacles? So, we're going to do a couple more tries here, and if it continues to fail, then we'll eventually go do something else. But I do want to see if we can make this work, because it is much more high intensity than your normal Noita run. When the entire world is chasing you with death. Listen, I might be mad, but hopefully it's at least an entertaining madness. I don't know Don't have that much time to sit here and think, though. I gotta keep moving. Give me that converted juice. There we go. What is this? That's a really good wand base. That might make all the difference here. That's not quite enough to go actually through the ground, so we're just going to keep going to the right and drop down the edge of the world here. That should get us down below the area that we got stuck at before. Not quite below it, but it'll do. Uh-oh. Okay, thankfully that guy blew himself up while I was trying to change wands. That's very polite of him. We gotta water ourselves out again, and we also need to blow this up because the greed juice is gonna be here now. That was a really bad attempt to blow that up, and I accidentally touched my head into the ceiling. If I hadn't blown myself up so badly, we would have been actually probably in a good spot on that run. But that's the problem with this, is it's really easy to blow yourself up really badly. We're gonna restart again for bombs here, because if we don't have bombs, I don't think we can do it. You just need that ability to dig early on. There we go. So now that we have bombs again, let's go do another try at this. So yeah, there's stuff like this in the game that just wants to make everything worse for you. Noita's not mean enough. You have to go greed curse yourself. There's probably much easier ways. I can imagine much easier ways to do the challenge that this wants you to do. But I thought it would be fun to at least showcase trying to do it the obvious way before trying to go game the system. All right. Let's go. Let's see what we can do here. There's a wand down below us, so that's probably something we're going to try and get to if we can. 2 wands, nice. Is this grabbable? It is. It's not great, but it's ours now. The world around us is going to be turning into poison, so we're going to be a little careful. That has potential. Nope, it's just a wind wand, which is not awful, but it's not good. Now we gotta keep rolling, because the world's getting worse around us. I'd love to grab that treasure chest, but it's too late. We gotta keep moving. Bone dust is not what I was hoping was in that pouch. But it's what we got, so we roll on. Alright. You feel the game is trying to say that no one wants to escape to some other place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism? Space. Acceleration, like we've mentioned earlier, doesn't really help us get away from this any faster, because I don't think the problem is the speed at which it follows you, it's the number of, like, location flags you have marked as where you've been that it chases. So we're just gonna keep going a little bit further, because we want to get a bit more gold before we leave. At least a couple. That's a bad place if we have now locked ourselves into only going back into that one. Which we might have done. No, we should have a couple options here still, which is good, because the world is still trying to murder us pretty hard. The nice thing is the Hamis now are like 30 gold each instead of being 10 gold, which is a lot of money. Now that's a dead end if ever I've seen one, so let's keep running. We should be able to blow that up to get down below. It's not entirely safe, but it'll do the trick. And we have 480 gold. It's time to get out of here. We had a fair bit of health left there, but I was worried that we were pushing ourselves too close to the edge there. Okay, so what did we get in our wands this time? We had a decent little bubble wand. It's not going to be very powerful, though, and a not very good wind wand. It's not terrible. It's really fast at refire rate, but it's not a good spell. More teleport bolts might be helpful. More shotguns might be nice. Let's see what our perk is, then we'll come back for these things. Ooh, our perk is garbage. Let's re-roll one of these and see if we can get something better. Personal shield is probably going to help us as we try and rush through things. We only have 280 gold left to spend, so I can get these 2 wands, or one wand. We probably want one of these teleport wands, even if it's not very good. Because having access to a teleport is going to help us get out of things faster if we're being trapped. This is the bigger teleport bolt, which is maybe a little bit more long distance travel, but less like fly me through bad air space kind of deal. I'm going to take one of these out in case I want them later, and we're going to keep running, I guess. Ooh, what's this? Glowing lances are pretty decent as a weapon. They're dangerous as a weapon, because they're heavy, but they can kill things in a single shot, which is something pretty useful to us right now. Not everything in a single shot, mind you, but they can kill some things in a single shot, as opposed to like the 7 shots our basic weapon would be taking. We are going down very fast. That big pool of water is a trap. Whoa, look at all that gold. Thank you, enemies, for making us wealthy. Now the problem here is that getting slowed by slime is now extra bad, because now it also means that the goo catches up to us faster, and that we do not want. We can make bad life decisions here again and go into the... let me pass! Let me pass. Oh, that's a wall. Okay. Come on. Down here. There we go. We can make bad life decisions and try and go into the fungal caverns, but that just seems like it's too dangerous. There's no easy way out from there, is what I was trying to say before I got murdered. Swap that for this, and we're gonna leave. Because there's no teleports at the bottom, we have to go back the way we came, and that's no good. So, we escaped our death there. This is why we wanted that teleport bolt wand. So now we have a couple of choices to make here. We didn't get very much more money, but that big puddle did make a big difference. The thing about fungal caverns is the wands in there are usually much better, and the spell pool available in there is also quite good. So if you're looking for particularly useful things, they're often in the fungal caverns. All of these suck. Man! We can't get a decent perk here going. I can re-roll, but I was kind of planning on buying ourselves... Well, I guess none of these are that important. Yeah, okay. Let's just re-roll and see if we can get a better thing than any of this junk. All of these make the world more dangerous around us. Melee immunity is fine. It's good. It's just less likely to be immediately necessary here. Okay, so this is a pretty decent wand here. This is heavier hitting, but it's a little bit less reliable because the magic arrows don't have as much drop-off on them. The only problem is we still don't have any way to really manipulate what our shots are going to do. We can't really control their fire rate or anything like that. This one has a much longer recharge time between shots, so I'm just going to pull 2 glowing lances out, and we're probably going to use this as our main weapon here. If I have to use this, I will bring it out as necessary, but I don't think we're going to. I'm just going to dump this bone dust pouch, because I was hoping it had gold in it, but it did not. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to go drink a couple of those and get to it. Because drinking the potion directly from the bottle means it goes into your stomach instead of as a stain. So moving around quickly doesn't immediately wash it off like it does for other... That's bad. Does for other potion effects if you just, like, are moving. And with Acceleratium, it wears off even faster if you don't drink it, because it makes you move faster. So we're going to use that and our shield here to really zoom our way across the world here and try and get things done before our badness catches up to us. It's too bad Acceleratium isn't one of those substances that, like, endlessly reproduces itself if you pour it into water, because it could be nice to have some more of it to make getting around faster, because one of the big problems we have here is when things like that happen and we start getting stuck on things, that's when the awful poison catches up to us better. There's an exit. Well, I wasn't gonna go in it. I was about to say we have a lot of health left. We can go try and explore a little bit more, but I ran out of teleport or hover right above it and just fell right in. Is any of this any good? That's really good. I don't have a lot of things that let me multicast, but having an add mana is some strong potential. Let's swap you for you. Let's see what's over here. We have explosion immunity, which we're gonna take. Alright, can I make this do something fun? With these components, no. We have nothing that reduces our cast time right now. So I could use something like this. Just having these two in a wand means that I can shoot this without ever running out of mana. And I can put a couple extras in there if we want to shoot a little harder, because these do make your cast delay go down. The problem is we can't deal with recast time issues right now. The recharge time is just going to be whatever it is. So I can shoot a bunch of beams quickly, but they're still going to have a slow recharge no matter what. But that might be okay, actually, just as like a backup weapon option. Because if we look at the actual damage on this, it should be decent, right? It's not great. I think it's from about 60 a shot, whereas this... yeah, it's about the same, honestly. Alright, this might be our new go-to weapon, then. Let's, chug some more acceleration and keep rolling. We got places to be, and they are not this place. In fact, being able to move fast is going to be particularly relevant in here, because we do not have a good way to fight the robots yet. Since we basically rushed our way here, we are operating on a shoestring budget as far as firepower is concerned. So we got to be careful with what we do in here. Now we also have to remember we have no money right now, so if we go straight for the exit, we're going to still have no money, and we'll probably be dead. But we might be able to make something work here. We're gonna need to put a bomb here now, and then back up. I'm stuck in... oh! The wire turned into a solid thing! It's a background element normally, you can fly through it, but the wire became a wall and killed us. Man, that stuff is mean! All I was going to say is we can fly back over this way, then drop through the hole we made with the bomb, and that would have worked, but I wasn't expecting the wire to become murderous. Okay, well, we've learned. We've learned something else to watch out for, then. Alright, we got a bomb, so we have a decent shot here. Let's go grab ourselves the thing that makes the world worse. We're getting farther, though. We made it all the way to Hisi Base this time. And we were starting to get components to make a good wand. We just didn't quite have all of them. If we had, like, one chainsaw, we could have made a pretty powerful wand there, I think. But we weren't quite there yet. Which is the problem of going fast. There undoubtedly were wands and spells in the areas we passed that could have given us the ability to do the things we wanted, but since we're going so fast, we did not find those things. Alright. What is this wand? It's another dynamite. We'll take it. Let's keep moving. As the evil green circle chases us through the world. Okay. That's not good. Let's pop one of those down here. We have to be careful, because this is all going to start turning into pain juice. Yep, there we go. That ambrosia? Yes, it is. That might be particularly useful in our efforts to stay alive. That's not ambrosia, that's more flummuxium instead. That's the wrong direction. We're gonna go this way. I would love to go into the water and grab that, but the water will all turn into pain juice as we go through it, so that's not worth it. We could leave here, but we have a little bit of health left. It might be worth trying to spend it and get some other stuff. Nope, it's a dead end. I'm just gonna leave. We did not get a whole lot of money that time, so this might not be super viable as a run that's actually gonna go places. But we will see. We will see. Nothing good in here is pretty brutal. Let's go ahead and gamble, since we could use anything that'll help. Homing shots and more love. Alright. We'll take it. Normally, gamble is a bad idea if you're in a good run, because it's so wildly unpredictable. It's more likely to make your life worse than better, but when things are like this, we can high roll, or at least try to high roll with a lucky gamble. There's a lot of water there, which I'm not a huge fan of, because this looks like a dead end. It is a dead end, and at least it has a big wand in it. We're gonna try and blow our way out of the floor here before everything really goes bad. Why did that wand stop? The bomb just stopped moving? I think it's because the curse effect turned a tiny piece of floor into, like, the dust from the collapsing floor turned it into a solid block. We have 2 health left, and the world is full of pain. Okay, let's keep running, because, wow, that hurts really fast. Okay, if we get touched by anything that deals damage, we are toast, which is why I'm pulling gold out of lava. Ah! I was like, if we can make it to the portal, we're good, but no, there was an enemy, like, waiting for us, right under the lip we couldn't see. Alright, I'll probably do 1 or 2 more tries of this, and then I'll put it away for now. I wanted to give at least an hour of messing around. You know what, magic missile might be a good alternative to bomb. Not quite as much range, but I can be closer to it. I wanted to give at least an hour of trying to do some shenanigans here, but we'll probably switch over to doing a more normal run if these next 1 or 2 don't land. That's a big hole. Huh. Let's not go in the big hole. And keep making our way up the tree. Alright. Grab ourselves Curse of Greed one more time. And back in we go. Wand? Nope, not wand. Can't grab that one. I'll take this, but standing still to collect it is probably not going to be a good idea, so we might not wind up holding on to it forever. I'd love to pick up that gold, but we cannot afford to go back for it. Alright, let's keep rolling here. That's mean. Some of the gold moved to the top floor, so I can't grab it. This is where that magic missile comes in handy. Please fire again. Wow, the recharge on that is atrocious. We might be in trouble here, because I wasn't expecting the refire on this to take a whole hour. Come on! The wooden panel broke from the ceiling, fell onto our head, got turned into a greed-cursed rock, and stopped moving. It became a solid object again. Okay, one last try, and then we're gonna go do something else. Go do a different kind of run here. Because, man, this thing is ridiculous. It is not willing to cooperate with us. Okay. We're going back up the tree one last time. And we'll see if we can make it a little further this time. So far our record is Hisi base, which is not bad, but also not great. Let's go. Unfortunately, I was hoping to be able to get that wand, and the path immediately diverged. And turned into a dead end. Alright, well we're going back underneath then. Great, what is this? This is saw blades. Not my first choice for a weapon, but it is a weapon, so we may need it. Put the fire out and keep rolling. We are very low on health already. Saw blade just bounced back and hit me in the face for almost all of our health. So that's great. This is why saw blades were not my first choice of weapon. Alright, we're done with these greed runs for now. Now we'll go back to regular greed. My greed of sticking around an area too long and getting in trouble as a result of it. We'll pop the voting back on again here, since we're no longer having the entire game trying to murder us, and it can just be you friends trying to murder us instead. It is so much more dangerous when you're trying to go fast like that. So much more dangerous. He says as he immediately takes damage and gets poisoned for no reason on a regular run. Yeah, being able to go back or stand in the same place for a couple of seconds is a thing you don't realize how much you miss it until you don't have it anymore. An extremely valuable thing to have taken away. Alright, now that we've taken off the nonsense though, we should have a better chance of getting a decent run going here, and we have some weird stuff to go explore anyway. What do we have around here though? Mostly some homies and some angry fellas. And I believe these rooms with like candles and blue flames in them are one of the things that indicate that a ghost was trying to spawn there. So we may be seeing a ghost soon on this floor if we've already seen one of the possible spawn locations. Because I believe the... Oh. Does that mean my spells don't go anywhere? Oh, that sucks. It means the enemies can't cast spells either, but it means neither can I. Oh, all projectiles, not just spells. Interesting. I lost my train of thought there completely. Oh yeah, all I was gonna say is, because we've already seen one of those possible ghost spawn locations, ghosts have to fail to spawn before they can actually spawn. There has to be at least one location where they had an attempted spawn that didn't work before they actually get added to the map. So there could be one down below us now that we've seen a possible spawn location like that with nothing in it. I don't know what all the spawn locations actually are, but I'm pretty sure one of the things they do is they leave behind candles when they don't spawn properly. Anything down there? Nope, nothing down there. Alright. Oh yeah, the game is absolutely willing to murder you, but it wants you to know most of these things can kill you before they do, so that you getting murdered is still your own doing. As it so often is in this game. Now, I did find a couple of crazy things off-stream. I've had a couple of really good runs off-stream, and we're going to try and reproduce some of those results if we can. So we can find some of the crazy stuff that I've found. We'll see how successful at it I am, but we know about a couple of interesting things we could be going and doing, so we will see which of them I can make happen in a run on camera, because on camera is seemingly much more difficult to make good runs happen on. I stream at home, I play at home, and like 1 in 4 runs turns into a crazy decent run. Meanwhile, playing it on stream, most of them just blow up in our faces much more easily, which is annoying. Alright. That said, we saw there's a wand up there. I kind of want to go get it, but I don't think it's going to happen. We don't really have good access to go up like that. We could maybe dig up with our TNT if we really want to go check it out. I don't know if it's going to be that worthwhile, but we can probably make it happen. That should get us through. There is a fire wizard, but he's in a different room, and he just died of water poisoning. Ooh, that is a good wand. I'm glad I came back for it. We'll have to run from the acid, because that wave of acid will cause us problems if it touches us. But now we have a very fast wand base. It looks like it's a shuffle, though. Yeah. It's a shuffle, but it is a very fast wand base. So we can do things like this now. Just rapid-fire projectiles that will kill us if they touch us, you know? My favorite. We're not going to try and spend too much time on the first floor here, because now that we have one of those 10 cast, 7 reload wands, we're unlikely to find anything else that's going to make a huge difference for us here. If we can get lucky, we might be able to find, like, a couple of good spells, a black hole, or something like that early on. But we already have plenty of money, so we're probably just going to dip into the Holy Mountain and look for cool stuff later. So we have a little bit more health to spend, we'll try and grab a bit more gold, but we probably aren't going to stick around for too much longer on this floor. We got places to be, you know? I was kind of expecting that to warp me out of there. Let's go take one quick look up here. One thing we would like is a better potion. If we could find a pheromone or something like that early, that would be pretty sweet. I don't know if we're likely to. We can just replace our snow potion with water when we're in the Holy Mountain. But it doesn't hurt to go take a look. Gunpowder is not quite what I had in mind. Gotta be a little careful with saw blades, because if they come back and hit us in the face, we will die. Ambrosia, that's a really good potion if we're trying to do shenanigans later. Alright, time to get out of here, I think. We've hit the western edge of the world, and that tells me it's time for us to leave. Alright, so let's grab our heal. Ooh, talk about some good stuff. This is a good Holy Mountain. I'm gonna take all of these. Very nice. And do I want any of these? Faster projectiles I almost always like, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that one. It makes a bunch of things that are usually a little bit more hard to use much more valuable. Now, in here, since it's shuffle, we can't do any really crazy wand shenanigans. How's this? It's about the same. Not significantly better. Alright. Can I do anything with these wands that is actually going to make them good to use? I don't like disc projectiles as a general rule. This should still be much faster, though. Yes. So we'll use that as our main brute force wand. Probably don't want the shotgun in there. The cast delay on it is way bigger than the others. And putting other things in there isn't going to make a difference unless we actually get it slowed down a little bit. Oh hey, improve wands. It's a little early for improved wands to make a big difference for us. What is this at now? Wow. Well, I mean, it is a little bit early for improved wands to make a big difference for us, but this is pretty silly for a wand to have already. So, we'll take that for now. The problem is, this wand isn't going to be viable super long-term, even with this crazy rate of fire, because the problem with it is still inherent to the fact that it is a shuffle wand, so we can't really make it do some of the bonkers stuff that you can do later. Also, I am really bad at forgetting to do the things that I said I was going to do. We did not actually wind up replacing our snow with water, which would make us significantly more survivable to stains, but thankfully there's a nice big puddle here. So let's just pour all of our snow out on the ground and go get an actually useful potion bottle. I'll grab this gold before I bury it. There's another wand down there, so that has some good potential too. One of the funny things about the snow bottle is it's really hard to tell how empty it is, because most of the potion bottles you can see the liquid leaving, but the snow is the same color as the empty bottle, so not quite as easy to read. But let's roll here. That is Very slow recharge time wand. Probably not even worth picking up. I'll grab it because I don't have a 4th slot filled right now. So if nothing else, if we want gusts of wind, we'll have access to them. But I don't think we're going to want them. There's a lot of gold inside burning enemies here. Or inside poison. Inside hazards, in short. We probably will want to go to the west, though, because that gives us access to the better wand bases that you can find in the fungal cavern. So I think we do want those. Now, it looks like there's another wand through there, so let's see if we can't blast our way through with some TNT. What is this? Nothing really great, but I'm going to swap it out for this one because the triple spread is better than not having a way to multicast. That's also pretty interesting. I don't know if it's better than having the TNT wand, but I can dig with it, so I'll take it for now. It is fun having a little death laser like this early, though. There's some extra max HP, we'll take that. Hard to say no to extra max HP. Because the thing about this wand, it doesn't dig quite as powerfully, but it can still dig. So if we're just trying to, like, get through the ground, it'll do that for us. It's digging with timer shots, so it's going to be much less efficient than I might like, but it does have another multicast in it, and those can be very important later, so saving them early when we have the opportunity is usually good. If we wind up getting Tinker with wands everywhere, of course, then having to carry a wand just for one piece of it is going to be less important. But for the time being, that's the boat we're in. We gotta take the things we want to have later, even if the wand itself or the other components of it aren't that impressive. Okay, nothing interesting in there. The other fun thing about having faster wands for this is it does really make them bullet their way at our enemies, so when it comes to cutting through the terrain, I don't know if it actually makes it do more damage or not, but it's certainly fun to see it. I think I'm going to take this wand instead of this one, because the quadruple is going to be better than the triple. The spread is actually way worse, though. Nah, I'll leave the ones that I've got. The wand itself is kind of bad, and it's no better or worse than the other one, but the spread is a bigger imposition, and I'm not planning on having huge multicasts just yet. Unfortunately, we're going to be warping around the world for a little bit here, so time to be very confused about where I am. Nobody likes teleporting wizards. Especially not at this stage of the game. There's definitely worse specialty wizards, but they're not my favorite, those ones. Alright, can we go over the top to get into the fungus? No. Time to go down instead, then. Can I get back down, since we've been warped into a place I didn't mean to be? I guess we'll just tunnel our way through the floor here. We'll be a little careful here, because we know that there is a teleport wizard nearby. And we're a little low on mana to be fighting him like this. There we go. Oh, there's another one! Well, I no longer have any idea where I am. The teleportation wizards, they're not that dangerous. They're just very annoying. How do we get back to that part of the world? It's exactly where we wanted to be, and I do not know how we get back there again now. Can we get there from underneath, maybe? Gotta watch out for the lava raining down, but otherwise it's not that dangerous. There they are, so we're underneath their location now. Oh. Now everything teleports. Alright. Pretty sure that one was a random one, too. The game heard me complaining about teleportation, so it was like, you know what, I can give you more of that. These lightning guys are interesting. If they hit themselves with lightning effects, it seems to give them a health regeneration, so if they're shooting at you and hitting the ground near themselves, for example, then they just don't die anymore, because suddenly they're doing so much healing. Also, these little guys are quite scary when our rate of fire is low, but our rate of fire is not low, so we can kind of just shred our way through the whole family. What we're here for, though, is finding some nice wands with cool spells on them. So there's a wand indicator up here. We're gonna go check that out. What have you got? Add mana! Baby, that's the good one! Alright, we're taking that instead. That's what we came here for. There are a couple of things we like, but add mana is one of the biggest ones. Our most popular options. That wizard's gonna be really hard for us to kill right now because our weapons don't actually do very much damage, so I'm quite happy to let him just poison himself to death and not think too much about it. Every time we hit him with any attack, he'll swap places with us, and since our attacks only do like 3 damage each, we just shoot a lot of them, we're not gonna be able to clear through him. We might need to just bail on this mission at this point. We got something worth coming here for now, and the longer we stay, the more likely it is we're gonna get murdered by something horribly. So we may just need to bail now. We don't really have access to more of the level in a meaningful way right now. And it would be very sad to die with a cool toy like this in our possession. What we will do before we leave is just throw a bomb or two through the ceiling up here. By bomb, I mean these guys to dig. And just take a little peek into this room. Oh, these still have the teleporting enemies buff, right? It's not timed on them, they just have it forever. So the risk here is that as we come further into this place, there's always a higher likelihood we're gonna run into a robot or something in a position where we can't easily get out of it and just explode. Oh hey, health plus. Okay, well I guess we should keep exploring a little bit more then. We've got the life for it now. Try not to get murdered by anything too big here, because those tentacles do hurt pretty fast. Alright. What do we got in here? We got a guy who's got some serious hops, but that's not gonna... Oh, there's the robot I was talking about. Now we have enough health to brute force our way through him with our machine gun wand here. Otherwise, those guys can be a real problem if they sneak up on you when you're rocking an entry-level wand. So far, though, I'm not seeing a lot of other things in here we can actually get to. All of the wands we're finding are encased in these steel containers. There's one. Lots of stuff in there. Not a very good wand base on its own, though. There is an enemy stuck inside this pillar, so that's always fun. Let's dig our way up here, and then I think we're probably gonna leave after checking this wand out. No, the recharge is good, but I can't really take it without sacrificing the things that we want to keep. We need some way to dig. Technically this will dig, but it's not a safe way to dig. Reduced recharge time would be nice, though. No. I don't think I can afford to take that one right now. We're just gonna dip out of here before we die for real. Alright, let's scoot. We got places to be, and those places are not here. Alright. What are they selling in here? First things first, we take this out. We put this in here, we put this in here. Now it fires a little bit more slowly, but it never runs out of mana. What else have we got? We got some bits and pieces here. Always casts heavy spread is not what you like to see. All of these kind of suck, so we're not going to worry about them. All of these also kind of suck. I'm going to take the double spell out. Don't want that. Don't want this. Now we won't accidentally set ourselves on fire with these energy orbs, and we're probably going to dump this wand as soon as we possibly can. No, actually I changed my mind. I'm going to dump the bottom wand as soon as I... the third wand there as soon as I possibly can, because the bottom wand is better. We're still just going to be using this as some junky digging, but that's better than nothing. Do you want to attract gold, revenge tentacle, or telekinetic kick? A bunch of Hisi appeared out of thin air. Oh, good. I guess we'll take attract gold because the other ones aren't very good. And attract gold is actually somewhat useful for pulling gold out of nasty environmental problems. Oh, hello. There's of course a bunch of Hisi in the tunnel. It's fine, I just don't want to be hitting them while I'm trying to teleport out of here. Ow. Ah! There's a sniper right underneath me there. Oh, there's a lot of guys in this hallway. I should have seen this coming. We're gonna be dead in a second. Ow, my bones! Well, that was pretty rough. What is this? Nothing we need. Man, that Hisi rain hurt pretty bad. So we are now like one good sniper shot away from being dead, so we're gonna have to be pretty careful as we make our way through the rest of this place. Thankfully, not a sniper. Does hurt, but doesn't kill us instantly. That is a sniper, though. Thankfully, with our increased fire rate, we can kind of keep ourselves alive against enemies like this. There's a wand down there to go look at. Gotta be a little bit careful, because the attract gold effect will pull enemy corpses with the gold sometimes, which can make the, like, frozen gas underneath them come towards us, too. I guess I'm going to take this instead of this wand. No, I'll take it instead of this one right now, because that fourth wand is literally useless. Hey, get good, nerd. Good to have you with us while we try not to die here before I inevitably fail because I did not in fact get good. Alright, what is this? Oh, that is a weird thing. Am I getting good? I'm trying. Whether or not I'm succeeding remains to be seen. We just got obliterated by a bunch of Hisi from the Hisi rain effect, so our health is a little lower than I would normally like it to be at this point in the stage. But we'll make it work. We'll make it work. The real problem that we're worried about is turning a corner into a sniper or a turret here. What's the goal for today? Well, one of our goals is to... Oh, water trail is going to maybe a problem for this wand. Okay, it's not so bad. We slowed down the fire rate, so we can afford to shoot it now. There's a nice new wand for us. Piercing, the other stuff, and it's not very good. We could probably use this for something, though. I'll take it in place of this one for now. If we can get some more stuff, we can probably do something cool with that one. The goals for today are multitudinous. We may try and go into a parallel world. We may try and... which is why we're holding ambrosia. We may try and find some interesting, unusual wands that I know exist in the world. And in order to do that, we need to get ourselves going here. No, I looked away to the chat and got ourselves blown up. Don't fly into a new area while looking at the chat. That is always going to be a terrible choice. So we have a couple of choices here about things we want to try and do, but we need to actually have a decent run going before we can do them. So we'll see what we can do. It's such a trap, not looking where you're going. Alright, let's keep rolling on then. We've got a whole new world ahead of us, and maybe even we'll get something to happen with it. We will see. There's a health hub down there, which is a nice little bonus. Any increased starting health is nice increased starting health. Alright, what are we looking for here then? I guess what we're looking for in the first floor here is... if we can manage to find another one of those real nice 10-7 wands again, that would be pretty sweet. But I think probably what we're looking for here mostly is just gold. We need some cash if we're gonna make this a good attempt. Oh, hey, we get a shield for 30 seconds. Thank you very much. So in order to make that happen, we have some places to go. That guy died really fast. Like, weirdly fast. Thankfully, we can de-toxin that with a little bit of swamp. And let's see what this is. This is not the great wand that we wanted, but we'll take it anyway. We got nothing else in our pocket anyway, we might as well pick up the first wands we find. Yeah, before, the first hour of the stream was me trying to do a, trying to do runs with the Curse of Greed on. Whatever that upgrade in the tree is called that makes it so you make triple gold, but everything murders you because the world turns into poison all the time. So that, needless to say, didn't go well. But now we're here trying for other things. And so far, we're not finding a whole lot here. We want to get at least a little bit of gold, so if we can get a nice starting holy mountain like the one we had in the last run, we can actually buy some of the stuff in it. Of course, nice holy mountain spells don't matter if we die really early before we can do anything about it, but we need to take every chance we can to try and set ourselves up. Finding add manas, multicasts, chainsaws, luminous drills without timers, for example, all make a big difference on our ability to actually make a run work once we get to the point where it is in fact viable. That is a lot of frogs up there. I love me a good frog. But I do not want to get jumped by a frog. Ambush tactics come naturally to them. They're jumping everything all the time. Alright, we don't really have a good way to dig through this. It doesn't look like it's a very good wand either. Uh-oh. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna try a second bomb to try and get it. We will keep rolling onwards. And see if there's anything else around here. So far it looks like mostly no, though. We got a decent amount of gold. 600 is nice, because it means you're basically guaranteed to be able to buy any 2 wands that show up in the first Holy Mountain. But, 465 isn't terrible. It's probably good enough that we can make our way into the Holy Mountain with. Grab that money first. What's our effect? Oh, treasure rain. Well, I mean, speaking of money, there you go. There's a bunch more of it. Thank you kindly. I'll go pick up some of that. Well, that Berserkium went everywhere. Can I blow this up with the Berserk effect? No. Berserkium looks like it doesn't affect barrel explosions, which I probably could have guessed, but I hadn't actually confirmed that before. Alright, well, I mean, now we got a pile of money, so let's get out of here. Alright. I'll take that too, yeah. We got a black hole here, we got a luminous drill, we got a light. I'll take all of those. Probably not the rest of those, but I'll take these 3. And we have 3 options: gamble, attract gold, and contact damage. Well, gamble's a bad idea if you actually want the run to happen, so I'm probably not going to take that one. Do I have a wand that can actually cast this? Yes. Alright, we're gonna trade bomb for black hole now, and we're probably never gonna use this again. I'll hold on to it just in case. This guy is gonna be a little faster firing than my current wand, but it's still not great. The 45 recharge on it just means that it's gonna blitz my 2 spells instantly. And then have to recharge for the same amount of time that this one would have. I don't know if that's actually better, but we'll take it for now. Both of these wands we can dump pretty easily, and we have a couple of components here that can be useful if we need them. Actually, I'm gonna put the magic missile into one of these just in case I want to fire it at something. And I guess we will take... I don't like any of these. Let's take gamble and see what happens. Projectile repulsion field and saving grace. That's a pretty good gamble, honestly. Not bad. Projectile repulsion field can make some things a little unpredictable, but like, pretty good overall. What do we got down here? Ambrosia, nice. Ambrosia's a very nice find, especially if we can get it before we have to go hunt around the entire world to find another one. Because if you are in the kind of place where you need ambrosia and still don't have it, it can be very annoying to go back and try and find some. Let's grab all this gold off the floor and keep rolling. Yeah, I don't know if I like this better than the original version of my little bolt wand that we had here, but it's what we got for now. Oh. Something's going on down here. Someone had a wand full of eggs. Yeah, there it is. There's the wand that was full of eggs. So, Berserkium is actually a hazard right now. Normally it's fine, but with all of these friendly little guys, if we touch the Berserkium, they're going to be hostile to us. So that is a little challenge, because Berserkium makes everyone hate you. And there are a lot of them, and they're not going to do anything for us, so we gotta be careful with them. I do want to see what that egg wand actually looked like at the base, though, so let's see if we can peek it. It is quite bad, and all those eggs are empty too, so I'm going to leave it alone. Alright, let's leave that swarm of allies behind. The problem, as far as I know, is that the eggs don't summon something that is hot, like, friendly to whoever summons it. It just summons something that's friendly to us. So, that guy started firing that wand full of eggs, and then the egg creatures almost certainly immediately turned around and murdered it. Ain't that just the way? Alright, we're going back to the fungal cavern here, because that's always where the good wands are. We have a bunch of extra health this time compared to normal, to hopefully go and take advantage of being able to get in there. So we'll see what we can find. It's not a guarantee we'll get anything good, because we can get absolutely bodied by some of the enemies in here. But you never know. Hey, the man, how are you doing? Hopefully the weekend has treated you well. That is a very weird wand. I'm taking it, but it is a very weird wand. It just has an acid trail on it. It doesn't actually have a spell. I want to get in here and grab these bits, but these little frog guys are significantly more dangerous to us right now than sometimes they would be. Been playing some Oxygen Not Included. Work is difficult this week. Sorry to hear that. Ain't that just the way, though? I have a hummus nest up here, so those are all fake hummus. Fake in that they will murder you, but they don't have any gold in them. Now, we don't want this whole thing to turn into horrible toxic goop, so let's just take this a little safely. I don't think I'd ever seen the little guy freeze the big version of this one, though. That's new to me. I thought they were on the same team, so they generally don't try to fight each other. Everything is bad, man! Ah! I'm just trying to get into the area, and it's all of the worst enemies. Immediately converging on our location. What I wasn't suspecting there was the... uh-oh. Was the toads from behind. That was the one that really caught me off guard. Alright. Things are about to get dangerous here. Where are the worms? I can hear them. I can only see one of them, though, which makes me extra worried about where the worms are. Worm rain normally spawns an absolute swarm of worms. Where did they all go? Unclear. Let's see if we can go over and check some of these wands out before we get bullied out of here already. What is this? That is... a... fine wand. It's not good. It has a second recharge time, but 2 spark bolts with a trigger are actually very powerful, so we're gonna take those. The worm said... not today, apparently. Alright. Are there still worms running around in here? You can hear the world shaking like there are still worms up here. But I don't see them. These ants are real nasty if you're on the same level as them because they spit acid at you, but... above us, they can't do a whole lot. A teleport wand is also pretty good. I'll take that. That is a pretty nice find. We're putting our projectile repulsion field to work here with these toxic spitting guys. We've deflected a lot of shots back at them in this area alone. We got a dead robot there. Just a robot-shaped puddle of steel. Don't know what happened there. It's always weird when you find an enemy that has just turned into goop for no reason. I don't know what exactly causes it. If it's just a matter of, like, if they get killed by something off screen, their body sometimes just goops into a puddle, or what, but it's weird. So far, not a whole lot else going on in this area, so we're probably gonna dip out of here before we get absolutely bodied. There was definitely a worm running around in here, though. We'll take all that gold, thank you very much. Something's getting polymorphed near there as well. That's nothing. Yeah, there's a bunch of polymorphing happening over there. Whatever it was, they're dead now. Hello, there's a worm! I do not have good worm-killing wands right now, either. Basically can't hurt them. But I will drink their blood. Thank you for providing some night vision to this little venture. Now... yeah, ooh, loot. Thank you, but also I can't grab it right now. There we go. Okay. Okay, what's in here? Some gold, very nice. What are on my wands? We have teleport bolts at the bottom and the spark bolts with trigger on the third wand. Right, still nothing in there that's going to make it actually good at fighting a worm. Anything that does like fire damage is good at worm murder. Because worms are very... I might be dead in this tunnel. Oh, the jukes! I dodged him once, but got hit by the second one. I am gonna die if I cannot let my energy recharge. Alright, time to leave that worm alone, because we cannot actively fight him like that. We just do not have the tools for that kind of battle yet. Of course, I just coated myself in goo, so I'm even worse at getting out of here quickly now, but that's fine. We do have acceleration in our inventory, if it comes down to it, but I don't think he's going to follow us all the way over here, so we should be okay. There is another worm here, though. Our choice of spawning a ton of worms in will cause trouble if I'm not careful. Let's grab this health and leave before the gods decide that I am responsible for all of this damage. Which they might wind up doing anyway, but hopefully they will not. What is this? Nothing. Some more nothing. Bunch of nothing. Not a lot of stuff of interest in there. We have homing shots and permanent shield. Permanent shield's very good, and homing shots messes up a lot of weird... It doesn't mess them up, but it makes a lot of spells act very strangely. That's bifurcated? I don't like bifurcated. This is very good, though, with a spark bolt with trigger. So... can we make one of our wands do crazy things already? We kind of need at least 1 or 2 multicasts to make some crazy things happen. Are there any multicasts in any of these? There's one in here. That might be enough. It's gonna be a wonky wand if I do it, but it might be enough. Let's take this. If we take this, which base wand? Not all of these are still shuffle though. Oh, we don't have a no-shuffle wand. This is our no-shuffle wand, and the recharge time on it sucks. So yeah, we'll take the double scatter for now, but we actually probably can't make this into a powerful wand yet. We just don't really have the base to build it on. This could work if not for the terrible recharge time. Bifurcated is just worse, but if we're putting it in a spell payload, it might not matter. We'll figure it out. Alright, so... Oh good, we've just put water all over the place we now need to go down through. I'm sure that'll work out fine. And I missed on my teleport. I was getting pretty good at those. I haven't made a mistake with one in a while. So it's sad that the time that I might actually want to be able to go back quickly and change our wands up, I have already beefed it. That is another shuffle wand, but it is a very fast one. I'll hold on to it for now, at least. Everything over there sucks, so we're gonna go to the west instead, where everything will probably also suck, but just in a less immediate way. So, when those turret guys are in the water, you'll see that they occasionally spit out those lightning effects. For whatever reason, it doesn't hurt them when they're in the water causing it. Whereas normally, lightning in the water is bad news for everything in there. But they're immune to their own electrical short-circuiting, which seems a little bit of a weird choice. There are a lot of enemies down here. This place is definitely hostile. Let's try and control the incoming goons. We really need to get, like, a multicast. And then we can make a pretty decent attack wand. But until we get a non-shuffling wand where we can use a multicast, we are a little bit at the game's mercy here, so we'll have to survive with what we can make do. Let's... That's not where I thought that was gonna go, but okay, I guess that's our projectile repulsion field for you. I was saying earlier, homing makes a lot of spells act weird, and so does projectile repulsion. Unfortunately, it may have acted weird in such a way that we still can't get in here. No, we're good. It is very fast wand, but it only contains eggs. Well, it's way better than this one, so I'll take it. If we ever want to just blast someone with eggs with nothing in them, we have the means to do so now. There's some more glue, but I think that's actually from the glue enemies here, rather than being signs of a ghost attempt. It sucks that we don't actually have a weapon that'll easily pierce through this right now. I could kind of crack it with these teleport bolts, but that is not the way you really want this to be doing. Alright. We gotta find ourselves a decent non-shuffle wand base. And that's what we're really hunting for right now. Ugh. Alright. We got a lot of health, which does help quite a bit. That'll make it a lot easier for us to mess around with this stuff if we aren't finding what we need immediately. Because we have more flexibility to survive face tanking some enemies while we're in the hunt. But we'll see. Creatures start attracting projectiles for a while. Alright, good to know. Everyone has the opposite of the field that I have on me, on them. I would love to go through this tunnel they've made to go straight to that wand, but I think that's not going to work because it's full of ice and I cannot quickly break ice. So we're going to try and loop around the slower way. There we go. What is this? That is a multicast. I need that. I would much rather keep this wand in case we don't get... because it's still not a non-shuffle, though. That's the real problem. A multicast is good, but I can't use it if I don't have a wand I can put it in. Whatever. The multicast is probably more important because we can likely find a non-shuffle wand in a holy mountain at some point, somewhere where we can actually do wand editing. So we'll rely on this for now and keep rolling. There's another health up, which is very nice. What is this? There's a non-shuffler. It's not a great one, but it is a non-shuffler, so I'm gonna have to now take it and throw this away. Because any non-shuffle wand, I think, is currently better than anything else. As long as the non-shuffle one doesn't completely suck. And that non-shuffle one's not great, but it would let us at least use some of our spells and pieces to make some spells. So that makes it better, I think, at a baseline. Unfortunately, everything up there is now full of freezing gas, so I can't go that way and get all the gold that was just dropped. Which is unfortunate. And snipers can still hit you through a personal shield, so that's always lovely. Come on. Let us through. Oh, hello. That's not what I was hoping to find directly in that little tunnel, but we'll take what we can get. Alright. Unfortunately, there's another wall made of ice. Let me through. There we go. Alright, well, we found a dead rat for our trouble, so that's always lovely. The black holes really want to go up now. Circle of Displacement is a very weird thing to have on an always cast wand. These concentrated lights would be nice, but I really can't afford to take that wand. So let's keep rolling and see what else we can find here. We have plenty of health. The problem is just our lack of viable wand components right now. Anything good up here? There's another wand. Well, we can blast another black hole into the wall and see what's in that one. That'll be our last main piece of digging, so we'll have to see what else we can find from there, but It is fine. It's nothing special. Nothing we can afford to take with us. Alright. I think then we're probably gonna be mostly heading out of here at this point. There's not a whole lot else going on here that we could reasonably try and accomplish. Unless there's more goodies hanging out to the right here at ground level. Without the ability to dig, it will very quickly become difficult for us to travel much further. Although these wormholes may help. The fire trail here doesn't make a huge difference, because like the fire trail doesn't melt the snow or anything. It just means you have to be careful not to set ourselves on fire. But that shouldn't be too hard, right? Shouldn't be too hard not to set ourselves on fire for no reason, you'd think? He says, as he's already on fire for no reason. So, there's a couple of fancy spells also that I've been trying to show off on stream that we haven't yet to actually see. So hopefully we'll be able to get one of them, because they would make our black hole wand much more fun. But we will we'll see whether or not the game is willing to cooperate with us on that front here. Always hard to tell what the game is actually going to spawn in for you. So I do want to get into there and check that one too, but I don't think we have a way to do it anymore. Casting this will just kill us, and this one is out of charges, so we don't really have a good way to dig through materials like that anymore. If we can loop around underneath, maybe, but I think that's unlikely, because yeah, let's just go straight to the floor, doesn't it? Yeah. Probably gonna have to give that one a pass then. Is there anything else we can do here? We do have a fair bit of money, so if we find anything particularly interesting, we have a good shot of being able to afford it in the Holy Mountains. That is good news. I think at this point, we're probably going to be bailing pretty quick. It just doesn't hurt to go take a little look-see around, since we still have a fair amount of health to spare, because we found all those health ups and haven't gotten bullied too badly in this zone. So far, though, it looks like there's not a whole lot else available to us, so I think it's time for us to dip out of this zone and go see what the Holy Mountain has in store. And out we go. Alright, let's refresh our things, and let's see what they're selling. That's a pretty good one, but it's very small. We can't use one like that. That might actually be better even than the one we're carrying right now. It has a really high base mana recharge, and the recharge times are both pretty good. 5 slots, no shuffle. That might be one we take. That one might also be a good option. This is not. I'm probably gonna come back and buy one of those. Let's see what's over here first. We have phasing, we have worm attractor, and we have plague rats. All of those kind of suck. Let's go ahead and reroll. Let's take Goldust forever. Not great, but better than some of those bad options. So the question here then... Oh, spell refresh. Thank you for not removing ground while I'm in the Holy Mountain. Do we want this one or this one? I think the nice thing about... Because, like, if we look at these ones, this one has a way lower cast delay to begin with, but the recharge time is longer. This one has the same, but the recharge time is a bit lower. The only difference is this one has 9 capacity, but this one has 530 mana charge speed. That's basically what we're choosing between here, is which of those pieces we think we can mitigate easiest. And right now, the short answer is cast delay is much easier for us to do, because 1 Luminous Drill kills it. But 5 might not be enough spells to put all the things that I need in a wand. Because I would need a Spark Bolt with Trigger, one of our dual casts, the Heavy Spread, and the Luminous Drill, and that still wouldn't be quite enough on the recharge time, and it doesn't actually have another payload piece in it, and that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4? I mean, it might be worth it. Let's give it a try. There's also a triple spread in here, which is pretty useful. So let's swap that out and give this wand a shot. I'm just going to chuck these bolts in the river. I'll hold on to one. We're going to go Spark Bolt with Timer, and Triple Cast, and Luminous Drill, and Heavy Spread, and one of these Spitter Bolts. Nah, it's still too slow. The problem is the cast time delays don't affect things when they're inside a multicast like this. I forgot about that. So this isn't actually affecting the cast time delay at all, because it only counts the recharge time delays when they're in this setting. So, under these circumstances, the other wand actually would be better still. Because, like, I could do this, but it's still not good. So let's take this back out and let's try again with the other wand, because the other wand has a smaller inherent cast delay. So if we're trying to build around it, we have a little bit more space to work with. Is this one better? I think this one's still better. So let's buy this one here, pop that in instead, and give that a quick experiment. Because if we do in here, get rid of all these bubbles. If we do the same kind of thing in here, we put one of those, one of these, some of these, one of them. Yeah, it shoots much faster now because it's operating on the base recharge speed, the base cast delay from the other one, the 0.2 there, and the recharge time is still being cut down by both of these, so it's only similarly to +2, basically. So that's better. It's still not great, but it's better. The problem is we don't have any other components here that really make a difference on the cast delay, so our options to bring it down further still are a little limited. But we've got it now, so we can probably make something happen with it. The nice thing about it as well is right now all of these things are spawning in the enemies. So the luminous drill will hit them, like it does to that statue, and the spitter bolt will probably also hit them. So it's a little bit better than nothing. Now, the one other thing we can do here if we want, this is a triple cast, is I can put one bubble spark in there too. Just makes the payload a little bit more damaging, so let's go see how this works for us. It may not, but it may as well, so let's go take a look. We are fighting more dangerous enemies now, because we're already in Hisi base with a kind of janky main wand. But it might also work. Now these often have a life up at the bottom of them, these long tunnels of poisonous goo. This one may not, it's hard to tell just by looking at them. But I'm just going to leave that one alone, I think. Go a different way for now. If we have to go through there, we have a black hole that'll make it much easier, but I don't think we have to. I think what we want to do right now is just not get cornered. So let's just be careful about what we're facing. So yeah, this is a pretty decent wand now. It's not powerful, but we can one-shot any Hisi that we want to murder, so that makes it pretty good for being in Hisi base with. The bullets and beam appearing inside the enemy makes it pretty good at punching through their non-robot skin. Some of these guys are a little tougher, like those ones, but we can make that work. Just gotta watch out for all these explosives lying around. The Hisi have a very laissez-faire opinion about leaving, like, sea mines in their hallways. You'd think they'd be a little bit more worried about that, but apparently not. Apparently that's not really top of mind for them. So yeah, the Hisi here, like the snipers, are a little tougher as well, so they won't go down quite as fast, but that's what we have the personal shield for. There's the wires that murdered us in our other run. I should have expected they would become solid like that, given some of the other things we had seen in the game try and pretend were solid objects after the curse hit them, but still caught me off guard. Now the one downside about having this kind of wand as our main weapon is just that... Oh good, all projectiles have extreme spread. Is just that the luminous beam will cut the gold that drops out of enemies. I really hope that doesn't come back this way, because I don't have any way to actually stop it before it blows up now. With extreme spread on, it's very random where things go. Okay. We're good. It decided not to come back and murder us. What is over here? A couple more of those guys. This is a really dangerous place to be shooting with extreme spread. Thankfully, we can just, like, get up in these guys' face and smack them around a little bit. We don't have any pheromones, so we can't force healing out of the healing Hisi. But we may be able to make other things work here if we're careful. We don't need the health just yet anyway. We got plenty of max health from all those hearts we've found so far. Now, we don't have anything that needs the anvil this time, so we don't need to be super careful about following the walls. It might be worthwhile checking to see if we can find the little cabin shop, because we are still looking for ad manas, for chainsaws, for other useful wand components that we haven't found yet. But for the time being, I'm just gonna see what we can find in the Hisi base before I worry too much about hunting around its environs. Because there's still plenty of places we might be able to find wands in here that might have exactly what we're looking for. So far, not so much, though. Finding some empty plinths and lots of Hisi, but not a lot of other things. Now, there's a wand. Please stop having the wand. Thank you. That hurt really fast. That might actually be a great wand base. Yeah, that's a really good one. The recharge time is less than the current one, and everything else is better, too. That is a solid wand. Okay. We still need some pieces to make it actually, like, go. But as a base, that is a solid base. Realistically, what we need at this point is just, like, one chainsaw. One chainsaw would probably do the trick. There are a lot of guys in there, though. Let's just keep firing some of these. Oh, where did that come from? We have 1 health left. Well, that is the way it goes. The rewind doesn't go back quite far enough to see where that canister came from. That is a classic Noita death, though, being murdered by a canister flying in from off-screen. Yeah, that doesn't have any, it's the same. Alright, we're gonna do one more run, I think, here for today. This hasn't been our day for having interesting runs actually happening on stream, unfortunately, but so it goes. Some days Noita giveth, some days Noita taketh away. Yeah, exactly. A canister says parry this. Always mean to find a chest with a bomb in it right at the start of the level. Well, there's another health up. That is a nice thing. This is what I was saying before, though. Just having a lot of health doesn't actually keep you safe. The game is quite happy to murder the heck out of you the second you think you're safe. And we didn't necessarily think we were safe at that point. We just, had some potential to make the run turn into something good. It wasn't necessarily likely yet. This guy's a huge pain in the butt, but if we can land some snow on him, that might kill him. He has a weird thing where water kills him, so if you can get him to stand in water, he will die. Like that. Otherwise, one of the nastiest enemies possible in this part of the game. Alright, I'm gonna grab that concentrated mana, thank you. Oh, water trail. Careful with that for a minute here. Does this make water trail? I kind of assume it doesn't. It's just spraying the water that I collected in the bottle. Yeah. That's fine. Let's refill our canister here and keep rolling. A little bit of money to grab off the ground here. That sounds good to me. Gotta remember we still have a water trail on. That would have been helpful while we were fighting that fire guy, come to think of it. What is this? That is a bunch of bubbles and a light. Nothing else super special, but, you know, we'll make it work. The remote bombs are fun, and there's another health up. Nice. The remote bombs are a little bit hard to use practically, but they can be sometimes quite nice if you're trying to force your way into the fungal caverns early, because being able to set up a trap that those enemies that are chasing you are going to have to follow you through means it's actually pretty likely to hit them, unlike when you're fighting things across a lot of altitude or other places where it's going to be harder to make sure they actually connect. What is that? That's a firestone. I don't need that, I don't think, so we'll leave it. Another wand in there that I can't grab just yet, so let's remedy that. Might be enough. Nope, not quite enough. That should be enough, though. What is this? It is a bomb. Not great, but it didn't cost us much to find out, so it's fine. There's another thing down here, though, so we'll use one of our bombs we just acquired to blow that open. In here, we have a TNT. Great. So many choices. All right. Another wand over here. Let's see what this one's got in store for us. That is a lot of wind. I guess I'll take it. I like the wind. It's not a good weapon, but it is fun to use. It only works here because these guys are so weak. But why not use it? Because it does work here. Mostly it's for blasting physics objects around. Alright, so far not seeing a whole lot else we can do in here. If we get a little bit more gold, that'd be nice. 300 is a little low to be trying to move into our first holy mountain with, but we might not have a whole lot of options. Let's detox this. I wonder if the wind actually, like, mixes this stuff faster. It looks like it should. Sea of oil. Well, I know what everything else in this area is. Hey, Eisen! I've been having a very busy week. We're going on vacation soon, and by going on vacation, I mean just taking a vacation from work. I don't think we're going anywhere most days. But this week and next week at work are kind of weird in order to make sure that everything is set up smoothly for that trip. Not trip, that vacation. So, it's been busy, so I haven't had a whole lot of opportunity to stream. And this stream, in particular, has been giving us some trouble. Not been the most cooperative of things. Most of them due to my own failures, though. We had a potentially quite cool run die because I was looking at chat instead of paying attention to what was happening. So that was pretty dumb of me. And we had another one die because an explosive ice canister launched itself at Mach 10 onto our face, which is actually maybe the first time in a while that's happened to me. So that's kind of fun, but I mean, I still died, so not that much fun. I'll grab this too, even though we're probably not going to use it. And that'll do us on the spells front, I think. We don't have any wands we can actually put most of this stuff in yet, because our wands are still kind of junk. But at least we have 2 luminous drills if we need them. And the multicast will be useful later. I'm going to swap this onto a wand that can cast it. Our wind wand will be viable. There you go, and pull the light out of this one, and the rest of that should be fine. You've only been able to lurk as you're hanging with the fam, but having to tune in here more shortly and catch the VOD? Well, there you go. This might not be the most thrilling VOD, because the first hour of it is me dying repeatedly as the world chases us to death. But it might be fun to check out if you haven't seen that part of the game before. Let's go ahead and take invisibility here, because that can be fun sometimes. And I guess I will leave the rest of this as it is. So while we're invisible, unsurprisingly, enemies don't know where we are, so they will basically ignore us. If you go invisible while you're fighting them, they'll just constantly shoot your last known location. And if you go into water or attack, then you will become targetable again. So when we're stained like this, we can't go invisible until the stain is gone, which makes it quite difficult to stay invisible if you have to go into the water for whatever reason. Because unless there's a fire nearby to burn off the stain, it takes a long time to burn off the water stain just by walking around. But invisibility can do some cool things sometimes, so it's worth taking. Alright, let's make our way back up to the top then. We got lots of places to go here. The only downside as well is you probably think, oh great, oh hey, hello, what's this? Ooh, that's interesting. It's got a terrible cast delay, and the heavy spread on it is going to make some of these shots very unpredictable, but it's hard to go wrong with a homing shot. It is a very good weapon. There's a wand up there that someone already left behind, which means it probably killed them when they cast it. It is full of bombs, so it almost certainly killed them when they cast it. Still no non-shuffle wand that's going to be any good, though, unfortunately. I was going to say, the fungal cavern is considered moist, so you just get wet stain on you from being in it. So it is basically a hard counter to being invisible as your main mode of transportation. Which is rude, but I mean, I can understand it. Yeah, I think this is double casting every single one of these shots, which is why it does so much damage. Is it 2 spells per... Well, maybe not if all of them are heavy spreading. Is it 2 spells per cast? Yes, it is. So yeah, that is pretty powerful. Hey, Elserlisk! And Raiders, welcome! Thanks for dropping by. How was your stream today? Hopefully things went well. Israr Cool 22, welcome. I don't know why that went backwards, but okay. Alright, we're probably gonna mosey on pretty quick here. I guess we're gonna go into the fungal waste, so I should make... Fungal waste? Fungal cavern. So I should go left from here before we wait... That went both backwards. Before we waste too much more time in this zone, because we want to make sure we still have some health left to go into the scary places. But we will have to wait and see. The world is full of... Why does it keep shooting backwards? He was doing 180 BPM gaming. That sounds like us at the start of the stream, when everything was terrifying and we were just constantly fleeing. What was the game from today's stream? I saw the going live notification while I was still working, but I didn't have a chance to actually check it out. Alright. Murder our way through a few rats and head west to the fungal cavern. Oh, Beat Saber. I haven't played Beat Saber in a while. I love me some Beat Saber, though. I should really get back into that again. Maybe not playing the fastest songs that a chat can find for me, but definitely a fun game. There's a bunch of junk stuck in the middle of that. If that blows up, the whole thing is going up instantly. A gravity storm. That's usually pretty bad, I think. Because those will kill us. Just gotta hope they don't. Looks like we got out easy. Seems like they decided not to be super murderous gravity storms. Let's go see what the hole that opened up the top there did. Is there anything left up here? No, not after a gravity storm like that. Played extreme maps for 5.5 hours. Wow. I mean, I can play them on the hard difficulties. Even songs that aren't quite that fast, like, are still tiring when you're playing them on hard difficulty, but 5 hours is a long time to beat Saber. Arms of steel. Alright. Can we make it to the fungal cavern before we lose all of our health to this shotgun guy? This wand has been very unreliable because of these backwards shots. I should really stop using it. It shoots backwards more than it shoots forwards right now. Alright, I'm gonna have to put that one away for a second because it is not killing the enemies in front of us. Okay, 115 health left. Still plenty to go exploring with. Maybe not through that gap in particular. Let's go back around. We can black hole our way through if we need to. Well, even though it's not reliable, it is way more damage output, so I'm gonna keep trying it until hopefully it fires in the direction we need and the enemy dies. It really likes firing behind us today for some reason, though. That's super weird. I mean, I know heavy spread does bad things to your aim, but, like... the heavy spread isn't on every shot, it's on one of them. Although, maybe not, since it is a 2 spells in 1 cast, it might apply to everything that comes out of the wand on that cast. Which would make sense to me, but would still be annoying. Alright, let's keep moving here. We got places to be. We got wannabe wizards to blow up. That one's no good either. Ah, come on, dude! You must have realized that was a bad idea before you shot it. You must have realized that was a bad idea before you shot it. Just point blank blew a explosive barrel up in our face. Speedy creatures. Nearby creatures move faster. Okay. We don't have a whole lot of options here, so I'm just gonna black hole our way through the map. Because we do want to try and get to the fungal cavern, which we found the entrance to here. Because that's where the game hides all the good ones. Or at the very least, hides all the good spells, which is kind of similar. For our purposes. I really want to get past this guy, but we are not equipped to fight him. Yeah, that's not gonna work. The little bubble tickler wand is not gonna do what we need here. What is this wand gonna do? That's 2 regular luminous drills. We like those. The wand itself isn't very good, but the 2 little luminous drills we can make something with. That looks like an interesting wand. The non-shuffle one, because it has the white cross gem in the middle. I don't know what the other pieces of it mean. It's a very thick top, which means it might be a double cast, because it does have 2 prongs. But I don't know for sure about that. Now this wand normally would fry these little guys. Looks like it did. Uh-oh. Someone fired that wand, and it has a tentacle portal in it. That might make going down there a little bit more dangerous. Concentrated mana's not super great for us. I probably should have taken it earlier, honestly. Why did I teleport just now? Hold on a second. That was mean. Was there teleportation hidden inside that stack of fungus? How is any normal person supposed to know that? And now our spells are turned off, so we've got to flee. Thankfully, we might be able to, if I'm more careful, take advantage of our invisibility here. Oh, there was teleportation all over this thing. I was just blind. Just blind. Ow! Okay, time to leave. I would love to pick up more of these wands, but we're gonna die if we stay in there any longer. So it is time to get out. Ah. We are barely alive. This guy will try and murder us, but we should be able to juke him and get to a portal and get out to safety. We didn't get a whole lot in the way of good wands there, unfortunately. But at least we did get some more luminous drills for our supply. The real problem is we just don't have a good wand base to use them with still. That is the big problem right now. I'll grab these two, and we're gonna keep rolling. Low recoil, breathless, and bouncing spells. Oh, portal to the east is trouble. But I will take breathless and jump into it. So we are now in the east. And we will not be in the east for very long. Probably. But we are now in the east. And as you can see, it says East Snowy Depths. What exactly that means, we probably won't have a good way to tell from right where we are right now. But we might be able to show it off. For one thing, you'll notice all the enemies are back. That is our first obvious clue something is up here. We just went through this area and all the enemies are back in it. And they are out for blood. Hey, also right. Yeah, no kidding. It sounds like you have been absolutely going ham on the Beat Saber today. Enjoy your well-earned rest, and thanks for the raid. Maybe vote for some friendly ghosts. Yeah, we'll see. Alright, so do I have... No, I don't have a good way to get in here, but I will... Also Resk, yeah. I can't speak, but you know what I meant. You don't really have a good way to get in here. If we had one of our luminous drills, you can cut straight through this, and it's super easy, but I don't actually have any of those equipped right now, which is unfortunate. And we could strategically fire these through to try and do some damage on the other side, but we can't aim them, so that's not going to work either. So I'm just going to have to leave that wand alone, sadly. I could use one of our... No, we didn't come through here yet. I'm wrong. We were in the fungal waste, weren't we? I guess it decided that being in the Holy Mountain was enough to force us out. Come to think of it, we weren't in here yet. I'm just getting a little confused. We've done a bunch of runs so far that I can't remember where we've been and where we haven't. Well, I want to go back up then. Do we have a good way to go back up? No, we don't have a good teleport wand. If we can get a teleport wand, we definitely want to try going back up into the Holy Mountain. So we'll need to find one first. That's a decent drilling wand, but the recharge time on it is awful. So when I say decent, I mean it could become decent. It is not good right now. And I'm going to leave that one behind, in fact. Because it is deeply unsatisfying as far as cool wands go. So we're invisible. These guys will all ignore us if we don't want to fight them. And I think we probably, right now, maybe don't want to fight them. The thing we would like right now is to try and find ourselves some kind of decent fighting wand. Because we are still very, very weak. We have a good amount of health, but our actual firepower sucks. Our one good wand, we can't aim. So, that does make it pretty difficult. Thank you for the friendly shield for the time that we've got it. That will help. Although, if we don't find anything in that 20 seconds, maybe it'll help less than I would have thought. So, what we're looking for here is any decent non-shuffling wand. Ow. Any wand we can aim that'll actually do damage to things without causing us to hit ourselves or nothing. Because right now, even just fighting an enemy that's standing in front of us is quite difficult because we can't shoot in a straight line. As you can see there. I wanted that health up, and we spent like 60 health to get it, which was almost certainly a bad deal. Okay. There's another health up, but if we die getting this one, that will be very sad. So far, so good. Not dead. Just in danger. Just in danger. If I can get invisible again before we move on, that'll probably help. There we go. So... we've got some components of making a cool thing happen here. But if we can't find anything actually good in these wands, it's going to be hard for us to make it happen. No, that's all pretty garbage. All we need is a half-decent wand. But so far, that has been too much to ask for. We can try and make use of our invisibility here to push into areas we definitely should not be in order of trying to force a decent wand. Because if we look around in the magical temple here, there's a slightly better chance we'll find something cool. But there's also a slightly better chance we will just get murdered. Because this place is very dangerous. And we can't see where we're going because we don't have the all-seeing eye perk or a decent source of light that we can safely use. Now, there's probably enemies in here that can see invisibility. It wouldn't surprise me if some of these enemies can. I've never encountered one that can, so I'm kind of counting on that being the case while we're jumping around in here. But we might be more vulnerable than I think we are. Friendly contact damage. So we have a contact damage field on us now. That can be fun, because it means we can kill people by just walking up to them. But if they bleed on us, we become visible again, which is a little less good. Because we can do that to people, which is kind of cool. Ah, there it goes. It wore off. Yeah, I don't think we're going to find any wands in here. I'm not seeing any, and you can see them through the darkness. So coming in here... that guy's dangerous. Coming in here is not looking particularly good as an idea right now. I think I'm just going to bail back out again since we didn't find anything we were looking for. So it goes. We can use this escape tunnel to potentially look somewhere else, because I don't think we've been all over up here. It doesn't look like we're seeing much right now, though. If we touch enemies, they'll know we're there, and they'll start shooting in our direction, so that is also something to be careful of. That's why I'm not just flying around wantonly here. Ow. I do want to get this, so I will spend one of our black holes on it. Hopefully it's worth it. It's pretty worth it. Getting an admin is pretty good. It's only worth it if we survive, of course, but it is potentially pretty worth it. Now we are gonna go try and do the other cool thing that we can do with this. It might not be entirely likely to make us live long enough to have it happen, because this guy in the way is pretty bad for us. Thankfully, he's poisoned, so if I fight him at this distance, he should eventually just fall over. There we go. Check another wand while we're here. That one's no good. It has some decent spells in it, but we can't use them. Okay, if we can get to the other side, we can get back to our full health state again. It's just going to be a little hazardous for us. Come on. We really don't have a better way to get through this, do we? Yeah, this wand does destroy most dusts, but not these ones. Does this blow up dust? I don't think so, but it will break the snow, so we can go over the top with the little fire bolts. There we go. No killing me right now, please. We're right next to going and getting a full health. In a random perk, we have a ghost. I don't know which ghost it is or what it does. Dying creatures leave behind a spirit that deals damage in a small area. Okay, so that actually doesn't affect us. I believe that only is a damage area for enemies. So that's fine. What we want is to go invisible again. If we can be invisible again, this will be a lot safer. There's the way back up, so we're gonna go there as soon as we can. There we go. Do we have a way to cut through this now? Nope, still don't. Alright, we're gonna make our way back up to the top, because from here, we can take advantage of the fact that this is in the east. It's not gonna be perfect. I was hoping we'd be able to find a teleport, which would let us really take advantage of it. But we had no such luck, unfortunately. If I can just make it up here, then we can take advantage of this thing. So, I don't have any tools that'll make this easier. We've got to ruin the place. Got to give it a little bit too. So this is not the holy mountain we were just in. I have to wait here for a couple of seconds because the area is still full of badness. Now, is this destructible? Yes, it is. It has another set of perks inside. And it should also have another full health refill in it. The red particles are gone, so we should be able to come through here without dying now. Fungal disease, bombs materialized, faster projectiles. Well, faster projectiles it is, I think. And up here is another Holy Mountain's worth of items. And another Holy Mountain's worth of health regeneration. Nice! Alright, oil, I think, is one of the things we like. Yeah. And do I have enough multicasts yet? I probably do, but I'll take one of these as well. And I guess I'll probably leave the rest of this stuff. Because the east means we are actually currently one parallel world to the right of the main world. And that's why this holy mountain hasn't been explored yet. So, it is a weird place in which we have found ourselves, but one which we can loot for our own benefit. If we had a better attack here... Uh-oh. Aww. It went through the ceiling. As if we had a better attack here, we could afford to fight Steve and... gain access to whatever the over levels had in store for us, because one of the things about being in a parallel world is that if you go in a portal, it takes you back to your home world every time. So if we go in one of the portals at the bottom of this area, it'll take us out of the east again. And we don't really have the means to leave without going back through one of those portals yet. That's no good. So we are going to keep exploring around here, because there might be some other good bits and pieces we can find while we have some extra life left. He says, while fighting enemies that will absolutely kill me if I stay in this one space for too long. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, what is this? That is nothing I actually wanted. There is a lot of badness in this little room, actually. Let's try and get out of here before they kill me. Everything in here sucks. Holy cow. Okay, time to leave. We have enough health left over that we can kind of brute force our way out of here. But I was hoping we would find rooms with a few less dudes in them so we could actually get some more out of this place before we bail. But if we just make our way down to the bottom, it'll take us back to the main world and the normal holy mountain that we should be finding. So there are a couple of people here who have picked up wands they should not be holding. That one is interesting, but the really low cast delay we saw before. This one is not interesting. It is too slow. If we just wait for a couple seconds here, we'll go invisible again, though, and then we can make our way out of here safely. Almost landed around that guy's head, but here we go. So as soon as I jump in this portal, it'll take us back to the main world. So now we are in the normal... Oh, nice. The normal end of area... Holy Mountain. This is the Holy Mountain we would have expected to wind up in. So, all we need now is a wand that can actually take advantage of non-shuffle, and we have some power here. But until we can find a wand that'll do that, we're kind of stuck, which is always sad. These aren't incredible. Projectile duplication's okay, but being vulnerable to projectile damage isn't great. We don't really have anything that's actually shooting fast enough to really take advantage of this damage-wise. And boomerang spells is spooky for everything. And extra knockback is okay, but I'm not a huge fan. So let's go ahead and take concentrated spells, because that's an amazing ability. We got some friendly weaponized ghosts here, which is cool. I don't remember what this spell actually does. I don't remember if it takes our health or something else. I'm gonna pick it up just to see what it says. At the cost of 20% of your health. Yep, I'm probably not gonna cast that too much. But now we have it. So, if I put the oil in here, what does that turn to? Nah, it's still too slow, because it's now casting every second shot, so even though we're reducing the cast delay, it's not enough to make it fast. This one might be a good one to put that on, though, if I take all these fire bombs out. Also, we're definitely taking heavy spread out of this, because that thing was ruining us. If we put the energy sphere and a oil in here, what does that one look like? It's definitely faster. That might have to replace our junky starting wand for now. Although I might just be able to use this one as our main wand from now on, because being able to actually fire these forwards should make them way more reliable as one of our main weapons. So I might actually not need that at all. For all this junk, though... Probably should just... actually, is this... Yeah, the recharge time is the big problem. Put one of those in there. We can fire one extra time before we have to recharge. So that should make it loop to the front of the wand instead of... Oh, it's still random, though! Shuffle is such a pain in the butt. Alright, it's fine. We'll make this work. We don't have a whole lot of firepower right now. What we really need to do is find a wand that'll actually, like, kill things. But, it's fine. We'll see what we can do here in Hisi Base. Hisi Base is going to be quite scary without any kind of actual firepower, but we'll do what we can. At the very least, having two of these beams firing simultaneously is enough to kill most of the Hisi, so... It's not nothing. Listen, I love wind. It's not good, but it's so cool! I thought I was getting behind the barrier, but I forgot it was going to disappear as soon as I got there. Whether or not it's everyone's favorite unamazing spell, it is definitely my favorite unamazing spell. Okay, what can we find in here? We already have 2 ad manas. So under normal circumstances, we have the thing in this game that is the hardest to get already on lock. All we need to make this run good is some way to actually use them. Any decently sized non-shuffle wand we can kind of force into being good now. But we need a decently sized non-shuffle wand before we actually are anywhere close to being able to make a good anything. So that does suck. That's not it. It does have some good stuff in it, though, so I'm going to take that one for components later. The recast on this is pretty rough. The 1 full second recast time. There's another wand over there we can go try and grab. What's in this again? It's all... yeah. It's got piercing, it's got a bunch of cool stuff in it. But as a result, it's going to run out of mana almost instantly. Now, concentrated spells does affect everything, so these guys are also getting the benefit of concentrated spells, which was why they're extra punchy. But we need at least a little bit more fire rate to really be able to capitalize on the shenanigans that should entail. Now, the only problem with this is piercing shot does make these kill us. But look at the punch on this thing. I might be able to use this. Oh. Really? That tiny little speck of fire was enough to ignite us? Rude. We only have 1 black hole left, so I should probably save it. Let's go around. If we come around over this way, there's a turret there. We know it's there. No ghosts! Okay, friendly ghosts do not cooperate with invisibility. Now we know. They are going to fight whatever they're going to fight, regardless of what we want them to do. So I'm just going to burn our black hole here. This is a pretty good single-shot wand, if nothing else. I say single-shot, but it's firing like 6 shots at a time. It is absolutely a multi-shot wand. But it does have a pretty decent amount of punch compared to our single shots with our other weapons. We just have to be careful, because it will murder us. It's the piercing that does it. It's the shots where the piercing triggers, where it just blenders whatever it hits. If the piercing's not on there, it'll do damage. But not as much damage. That little damage aura has actually been surprisingly decent this run. Normally, I don't think too much of it, but it's been doing pretty good. I really want to get over here. But I don't know if it's going to actually have anything useful for us, because we can't dig very well still. Or, by very well, I mean at all. But, you know how it is. Alright, let's keep going. Fireball thrower creatures. Wow. You murdered all of them. Those poor creatures. They weren't expecting everything to suddenly start exploding around them. This isn't an area where everything's covered in bombs. All that money's gone, sadly, but... wow, that guy managed to survive. I guess he just killed everyone around him. I'm kind of impressed. There's more signs of dead Hisi around here, from where fireball throwing creatures just cause them to evaporate themselves. Oh, hello. That was the wrong time to come and peek your head in there, sniper. Man, we found straight to the wall and didn't find anything we can actually do here. Alright, well, I mean, so far this wand is an upgrade over what we had before. It might not be a safe thing to be using if we wind up with anything that's going to curve our bullets at all, but while things are still firing straight, it's doing the job. That should open up a bit of travel opportunity here for us, because we can now sweep underneath here. We have nothing we can actually put in the anvil, so the Hisi base anvil here doesn't do anything for us right now. There's another wand there from before, but we still can't travel through the ground, so we're really hurting for a decent wand. 6 spells per cast might be enough, but 3.63 recharge time is insanely bad for actual, like, trying to do anything with refire rate. So, I guess we'll keep moving. I probably can't afford anything in the shop here, if there were wands for sale. I will take a second black hole, though. That's pretty good. Because we can put that in with our existing black hole wand, and now we have twice as many shots. Explosion immunity is nice, but we are significantly undergunned right now. Is there anything in here that I want to dump right now? That's fine. 2 spell slots is probably plenty for what we're needing. We're in the underground jungle with an enemy ghost. Thankfully, this is perfect for killing that ghost. That is not a very exciting wand to get from a ghost, though. It's not bad, but it's not good either. Now, the piercing should basically one-shot all these goons, so power-wise, we're doing pretty good. It's just our inability to actually really capitalize on things if there's more than one enemy or if we miss a single shot. Those are the big challenges we have right now. Oh, we have a healing homunculus. I always forget those exist. The homunculi are always a little bit more unpredictable than the ghosts with what they're going to be doing in the actual run with you. They can get stuck in things, they can cause problems if you get polymorphed. They're a little bit less predictable, so I usually never take them if I have the option of taking a homunculus friend as a perk. Because it's never fun when your own benefits are what murders you. But they are pretty helpful still. They got a lot of firepower, gotta give them that. When we were a little bit low on being able to rapidly attack things. I think they're probably gonna put us in the same position that we often find we're in, though, because they can get attacked. So, if we're invisible and we're trying to take advantage of that to get around, they are just gonna fight stuff. So, we'll have to keep that in mind. They will wantonly start fights. What is this? It is another unimpressive wand. It is a non-shuffler, but it's a non-shuffler with only 2 slots in it, so it's unlikely to be one I can actually use for anything. Alright. There is another thing above us here. There's a couple of them, in fact. If I can manage to not blow myself up too much. Another, yes, shuffle, unfortunately. Well, someone picked up that wand and is doing something with it. I don't know what that is, but I don't like the look of it. Alright, what do we have in this fungal mini cavern? The fungal areas often have some decent wands, even when they're included in other zones like this one, so hopefully we can find something good here. The longer we keep going and just saying, maybe we'll find something good, the less I believe it. We'll get our team of goons here to do the fighting for us. Hey! That's what we need! Is a non-shuffling wand that's not completely garbage at a base. We may be able to do something with this. There's a health up too, I'll take that. Health plus is just a heal, but it's still lovely. Well, we have a healing friend with us, it's a bit less immediately relevant. That is a bad wand to pick up in the water. Alright, let's get out of this place. This fungal cavern is goopy and murdering me. It would be trying to, anyway, were it not for the efforts of our healing homunculus. If we can, I would much rather not die there and go find some cool stuff instead, now that we actually have a wand that might work. If we can get up this ledge anyway. Yeah, we have a pretty decent single shot damage here. The main problem is just the recharge time is awful. Alright. Back down, like I said I was going to go, the correct direction this time. So we could try and fight the dragon with this, because the piercing does mean that dragons are particularly vulnerable to it. It might not be a great idea, but if it works, it'll work out amazingly. So let's go see if we can find him. The main problem is just going to be making sure we get there without using all of our black holes. Because if we have no black holes left, we won't be able to dig into the egg to actually spawn him. What is this? It is a tiny little no-shuffler. We can leave that behind safely. I don't think we have a way to actually light this on fire, do we? Oh, we do actually. This, these light shots will burn through whatever this is. It's called barren soil, but it is much more flammable than I normally think of when I think about dirt. I don't know about you, but my normal first thought when I think of soil is not, ah, yes, that stuff that ignites so easily. Alright, what is this one? This is a shuffler. We already have a no-shuffle wand, but we could always find a better one, so it doesn't hurt to look. If we find anything with particularly exciting components on it, we'll want to steal that too. So far, we're just on a mission to head to the east wall. Okay, that's not going to work. This is one of the other problems with the little fellas. Oh, fizzle spells again? At least it's only a chance now instead of it being guaranteed to fizzle. The problem with them is just that they target anything that gets injured. So the healing guys will target me if I have low health, but they also might get distracted if any of the homunculi have been hit, and it's unclear to me if homunculi can actually be healed. It looks like they can, because the healers will always target them, but they will sometimes target them for a long time. Making it hard to tell if anything's actually happening. Alright, have we made it to the wall yet? We're almost there. A lot of fire and goop happening at us, though. We should be able to get through that wall once all these things have burned out, but we're just gonna need to be a little careful about it. No, not quite. It's actually regrowing now. Which will make it a little harder for us to get through. There we go, and look at that! We're right at the entrance to the Dragon Cave. So this might be a bad idea. We might die from trying this. But, whatever, we try it. Yeah! That's why it's good. Piercing annihilates worms. Unfortunately, Sawblade Orbit is not the cool thing I was hoping for. That's a pretty cool wand base. It is way more recharge time than this one. But I'm probably going to take that. I don't know if we'll use it. We'll have to experiment with it a little bit. But, you always get a pretty decent... Actually, is it shuffle? No, it's not shuffle. Nice. You always get some pretty decent components from that dragon, so... The challenge is when you kill him, you get a random orbit spell. And there is a particular orbit spell that is very fun to use called Orbit Larpa. And what it does is, when you fire a wand with that spell attached, it casts copies of itself orbiting around itself as it flies through the air, which means you can do some really silly things sometimes. I don't know why I ignited so fast trying to fly up through that gap, but I don't like it. Get out of the way, dirt. What is this? It's actually a pretty decent wand, but I've already got 2 bigger and better ones, so I'm gonna leave it behind. Alright, I think now we are just heading into the portal with what life remains, so that we don't get murdered by something else. Oh, thanks for the regeneration field, folks. I'll pick up this gold while we're here. And let's get out of here before something else bad happens, because we actually have the ability to make a cool wand now, so let's not die before we can use it. Is there anything good in here? Well, this is exactly what we were looking for. A no-cast... That's an even better one. Wow. That is actually a really potentially good one. 12 slots, 810 mana regeneration. It only has 166 mana capacity, but that shouldn't matter. These are both really good. We spent all this time hunting for a half-decent wand, and then here they are just giving us 3 of them as soon as we found one. On our own terms. Rude. Alright. I think this is probably the best one. It has a ton of slots, a ton of mana regeneration. Let's buy this and see what we can do with it. So first of all, I want to take out these concentrated lights, because concentrated lights are actually pretty useful to us. And then we'll dump the rest of the wand on the floor. Because either way, I don't think we're using this one. We're either using this one or this one. Alright, so in here, these large spitter bolts are actually pretty decent. I'm going to hold them in here for the meantime, because they're high mana drain, but they're pretty decent damage, and we have fast projectiles on concentrated spells already, so they're going to fly. Quadruple Spell and Rainbow Glimmer are also great for this wand. Let us chunk down the cast delay and things even more. We don't have a... we don't have a chainsaw, which would give us, like, maximum potential here. Lava to Blood is also crazy if we want to do some weird stuff later. And Damage Plus is great. You know, we have a lot of powerful bits here that we can do something with. So, what do we actually want to put in this? First of all, we probably want to start off with... If we put our Luminous Drill with a timer at the start of this wand, and then we go into our multicast, other multicast, let's put the quadcast in here. We can quadcast into... Actually, just for fun, we can put a Rainbow Glimmer first. That'll make it even faster. Well, it won't make it any faster because cast delay doesn't change. It'll give us more mitigation if we need other things later, which I don't think we will with the way we set this up so far, but whatever. Then we put this in here, and this in here. We put... I'll put one of you. And how much recharge time do I need to take out? I need to take out... like 38 more recharge time? That's fine. That's like 3 more of these guys. We put one of these in, and one of these in. We put one of these in, and one of these in, and one of those in. And was that 4 spells? 1, 2, 3, 4? Yes? What happens if we cast this? It looks like it doesn't have quite enough mana. Yeah, it can't regenerate the mana quite fast enough to actually fire everything. If I take out the damage plus, what does that look like then? Oh, I actually don't need all of these because I have one of these in instead. That actually gives us much more recharge time down. So I can probably take this out and put that back in. We're getting there. This guy is a big mana drain. This eats a whole ad mana on his own. This is also pretty big, as is this. So we probably can't afford to have a large spitter bolt in there. That's probably the problem. If I put one of these arrows in instead, it costs a little less. We can almost machine gun it. And... do I need this in here, actually? Almost. Almost there. We need a little bit more recharge reduction. So what we could do... that doesn't quite work, does it? No. We could, instead of having this be the multicast one, we could do this, and that way it'll cast a little slower, but also a lot faster, without burning our energy. So that is pretty good. And then what we can do is take one of these out from here, and do this. Nice. And we put a light at the end. Is that right? Is that the right number of spells? I don't think so. That is only 2 actual spells, and we have a quad cast in there. But the dual cast instead. I think that's actually a little slower now, because that's making the first part cast twice, and that's going to be worse. This is going to be more damage output for us. And one more time here, we have the ability to put some more silly junk in here. Let's, while we're editing this, take out enough pieces so that this always fires the piercing shot. Now if we're trying to murder someone, that should always do the trick. And I think this wand is basically good to go for now. We could add a little bit more stuff into it, but we don't have quite enough mana or the right pieces to make it do other things. But as it stands, this should be pretty good. Let's just give it a quick shot of the test dummy over here. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good damage. Trying to slow me down, but I have the power to force myself where I want to go anyway. Don't really like any of these. But I guess we'll make peace with the gods. Alright. Before I leave, I should remember to put this in the first slot, because I'm planning on using it in the first main weapon anyway. This wand is kind of not being used for anything anymore. I should probably get rid of one of these things, so if I find a cool spell in the world, I can pick it up. So let's put one of these quad scatters in here, just for fun. And now, this is what this wand does. It shoots a lot of angry tentacles everywhere. So that's fun. In addition to that, we also have to take these large spitter bolts out, because those are in the wrong place. I don't have an uptime command, May, but we've been streaming for about 3 hours. In fact, 3 hours exactly. This will mess with our perfect shuffle, but it's fine. I want to keep these in case I can use some of them later. I think we're probably good. I need to go back and grab that recharge, though, so that we can use all our black holes if we need to. And let's get back to it. Now we finally are geared up and ready to go murder some people. Alright. Now the vault should be a little bit less dangerous than some of the other places we've been, since we are now so much more dangerous with our wand. We're not completely home free, though. I would not say that we are safe, for example, as this place is still full of nonsense. As seen by everything being on fire and spraying acid and there being rockets everywhere and everything is bad. Jeez. Whew, okay. Now, thankfully, our piercing gun is still good for taking out enemies like that one, that we're going to give us a hard time. One little pop like that will still take out most things. Our rapid-fire gun has some good punch to it. It's just a little bit less instant than our other option. piercing weapon is a terrible thing to use with wanton abandon. And since it means your shots can then kill you, it is in fact very dangerous to use with any kind of abandon. More friendly people. Alright, we got friendly ghosts, so with our friendly homunculi. I'm gonna take advantage of all these friends and use them to murder stuff with. What could possibly go wrong? The main risk that we're running into right now is just that this area is full of a lot of nasty stuff. And while we can kill things now, we're still kind of looking for a couple bits and pieces to finish our wand set here. If we want to try and do the exploring that I'd like to do, we do kind of need to find a way to teleport. And we still have not seen that as far as I can recall in this run. That is a problem. We're not fully in smash your way through the world and have a grand time mode yet. Because having access to teleportation will let us go and do the next objectives, because the end boss is not our goal right now. If we don't have a way to actually get around, can't show you the weird things I've been planning to. We'll see, though. I'm hopeful we'll be able to make something work here. Not seeing much in the way of wands, though, so our options to expand... ran out of hover over the portal, so I decided we're just going in there anyway, I guess. Is there anything else in here that would help? No. I don't have any money for all this stuff anyway. It's all too expensive now. Alright, homunculus. Homunculus, projectile slower, and dissolve powders. I'm just gonna reroll that. We'll take all-seeing eye. That is so good for some of the areas I want to be able to go to. So thank you very much, game. Now we just need to not die, which is the important and sometimes difficult part. I wonder how a piercing shot works on these crystal guys. Yeah, I'd say that worked. Piercing is basically the single most important component of all single high damage shot builds. That and spells to power is the other one that is often a big part of making some very silly weapons. Alright. We're cruising, but we're not actually home free yet. Now this guy... Oh, hello. That is indeed a huge worm. He is gonna be... Ah, the friends! Ow! Stop! That guy shoots every time anything shoots him, and we have a ton... Oh. Alright, well, I guess it's not a party now. I was about to say we have a ton of allies that are shooting everything at us. I guess they have something on them that makes them reflect bullets. I haven't actually seen that. Because we killed ourselves here. Mina's projectile killed us. So I thought we were safe. I was just running away from that guy. Yeah, something in there made that shot reflect back into us and just instantly killed me. It might not be a reflect. It might just be the fact that when you kill something with a piercing shot, it drops down, and I was standing directly underneath him. I don't use piercing very often, I just know it's dangerous because it makes your projectiles able to kill you, but it looks like what happened might have just been that our own bullet fell on us and crushed us that way. So... Huh. Weird. Well, that's unfortunate. We really gave it our all, though. We really tried to make that run into something. It just didn't want to cooperate. Like I said at the start of it, though, that was the last run we were doing for today. Thanks for watching, folks. Sorry we didn't manage to do any of the crazy things I was hoping we'd be able to do, but we might be able to get a better shot at it next time. Have yourselves a good rest of your evening, and I'll catch you next time. Until then, bye-bye.